The Adrian College Sports Network wants you to join us in thanking one of our sponsors, the Carlton Lodge of Adrian. The Carlton Lodge offers a comfortable and convenient lodging experience. Carlton has spacious rooms and suites, fit for a peaceful night's sleep. Their amenities include a hot tub and pool, a 24-hour fitness center, a business center, and much more. A huge thanks to Adrian College's Choice of Lodging for sponsoring Bulldog Athletics.
The Adrian College Media Production House provides opportunities for students to learn and grow live on the airwaves, just like Matt Kibbe.
I've gotten a chance to create a relationship with coaches and teams and learn more from people instead of trying to teach myself something. Got an opportunity to expand my knowledge of sports, hone in on my skills as a broadcaster, and learn about equipment in different ways. You get more of a connection with professors as well.
Providing opportunities, growing leadership. The Adrian College Media Production House. Thanks for tuning in.
Dear College Sports.
Dear College Sports.
Dear College Sports.
There's light at the end of the tunnel We can see it.
A return to normal and all the things we love about sports. We're filled with hope just thinking about it.
Fans in stadiums and arenas, the hugs, high fives, and dog piles, the championship moments, even the heartbreaking losses. They're coming.
While this pandemic is not over, it continues to impact our lives. You've taught us to be resilient even in the face of adversity.
To control what we can control and put the greater good before ourselves, we've put those lessons to work.
We've found strength in each other, even when we were kept apart.
We found unity across campuses, conferences, and divisions.
We found out our voices carry weight.
Weight we'll continue to use for positive change.
If 2020 taught us anything, it's that nothing's guaranteed. We lost experiences and opportunities we may have taken for granted.
The bonding time with our second families, the taste of a hard-earned victory, the comeback stories.
Now, we're ready for the greatest comeback you've ever seen. To campuses, classrooms, and competition.
The moments together, face to face, hand in hand, arm in arm.
More celebrations in uniform and graduations in cap and gown.
You take us to places we'd never imagined. You hold us to a higher standard. You bring out the best in us.
So when we look forward, we see the light at the end of the tunnel.
We see a future full of promise.
We see a better world for you, for all of us, for college sports.
Hello students, this is President Docking coming to you again from the President's Office at Adrian College. Hey, I'm sending you this video with some great news. Despite all that's been happening with the pandemic, COVID-19, etc., we've been hard at work on campus, and the faculty have recently approved 8 new degree programs, which I think are super exciting, and I want you guys to know about these so you can start to think about them as you think about your future academic career here. So here they are. The first one is in public health. We have both a major and a minor now in public health. Can you think of a more relevant major than public health right now, given all that's going on? The second one is supply chain management. If you're following the news, supply chain management is really where it's at. There are thousands of jobs. I happened to look before I got in this video. Some of these jobs pay over $100,000 a year right out of college. Public health pays very well as well. Great area to go into. The third new major that the faculty approved is human resources. And you know, every business, I mean, whether it's Adrian College or IBM or something in between, has a human resource office. Lots of jobs, great field to go into. The fourth is professional sales. Now, whatever your professional career, you have to know how to sell, whether you're selling yourself, whether you're selling goods, whether you're selling services, whether you're selling your character. Professional sales is a great thing to be trained in academically. The next one is esports management. Now, esports is just absolutely exploding across the country. And I know we have a lot of students that are athletes that would like to stay into sports. So we now have an esports minor degree. It's a minor right now, may turn into a major later, but it's a minor right now that you can get your degree in. And then we have 2 certificates that we're now offering in digital marketing, which is incredible. I mean, digital marketing, again, whatever you're going into, if you can do some digital marketing, your employers will love it. So these are high skill, high pay, high need areas with literally thousands of jobs coast to coast. So long and short is, once again, Adrian's on the cutting edge. We're at the forefront. We are leading the pack in innovation and ingenuity. And we just wanted you guys to know all that's going on. So there you go. It's all good news today. I hope that brightened your day. Thanks for tuning in.
Intercepted by him, Davis, he scores! And Adrian with a dream start in the finals of the MIAA tournament. Right now. Whoa! Leo got the crowd into it. He fired. Oh my goodness! How in the world? That will do it. Sticks fly into the ceiling. The Bulldogs take to the ice. The Harris Cup to Adrian, Michigan, and the seniors. They've secured a championship here for the Adrian College Bulldogs.
I don't even know what we say about it. Like I'm kind of left speechless after that game.
Next on ice, representing the United States of America, Adrian College.
Points right there.
Oh, hey, there he is, Bruiser. Hi, I'm Bruiser's biggest fan. He was a legend to us puppies.
Strong but silent. Such a humble attitude from such a prominent figure.
He ran Adrian College's campus. Everyone loved him and wanted to meet him wherever he went. Welcome week, homecoming, spring concert, he was there and looking good. Well, he did have his own private groomer. He was so cool. He had the best education a bulldog could ever ask for, as many walks as he wanted. Heck, the dog had his own pass to Richie. Bruiser was an athlete, but I'm so small. He did have to work hard at it. Well, maybe not too hard, but it will take a lot of commitment and practice if I want to land on varsity at Arrington too. It's just such a big jersey to fill. Seriously, huge. But I can do this. I want the job. Because I want to make thousands of Bulldog friends just like him. So hi, Adrian College. I'm Bruiser too.
We continue to take pride and learn from Asa Mahan's leadership today.
And the slam!
161 years of commitment to harnessing the power of creativity, ingenuity, community, and academic excellence.
I believe that as you get your degree here, the world is going to feel like it's shrinking.
Welcome out to beautiful NCAA Field for this contest between Adrian and Kalamazoo. Goose, take it away.
Leading off for the Bulldogs in the top half of the first inning is shortstop number 4, Thomas Miller.
So I was just going to say, Goose, Adrian's the away team, a little different again here at NCAA Field, but Kalamazoo, the number 4 seed, hosting the Pool A championship game. Possible one more today if Kalamazoo wins, but can't ask for a nicer day for baseball, right?
No, we got a beautiful day for it. Not a cloud in the sky, so we'll kind of watch that because it'll be a very high sky for infielders and outfielders on pop-ups. But you couldn't ask for a much better day. Nicolay Field is soaked in sunshine, and Thomas Miller is stepping in to lead off for the Bulldogs in this championship round of the Pod A MIAA tournament. The winner will head to the Super Series next week. And the first pitch is outside for a ball, and it's 1-0 on Thomas Miller.
Yeah, kind of unique situation here for Kalamazoo as the first pitch is driven into deep center field, right center field actually, as that one's going to clear the fence. It's going to be a lead-off ground rule double coming at the hands of Thomas Miller.
Okay. And as we move on here, Thomas Miller is facing Jack Brockhouse. Brockhouse has a record of 7-1 and an ERA of 2.38, but if the name sounds familiar, that's because Mr. Brockhouse pitched the night game last night, so he's going today on no day's rest.
Yeah, and over 100 pitches in that game as well.
Now batting the second baseman, number 11, Brady Wood.
So, you know, it's win or go home. Win twice or go home, I should say, for Kalamazoo, so they want their best on the mound today.
Here's Wood. He tries a bunt, and it's off his bat, foul.
We'll go through the lineups here in just a moment, right on Adrian College TV. After this pitch.
Brockhouse now looking the runner back at second. Another ball wide, so it's 2-0.
So we take
1-1, right, rather.
Take a look at the starting lineup for the Adrian College Bulldogs. You saw Thomas Miller with that leadoff double, followed by Brady Wood, Gunnar Rainey, Kevin Cardenti, Joe Casale, Brandon Cooper, Tristan Richardson, Sean O'Keefe, and Ty Peck. As that one's a swing and a miss for Brady Wood. Also on the mound today, Gage Ricker. So 2-0 count coming from Brockhouse. The delivery is swung on and missed.
Swing and a miss.
For strike 3.
So there's one out, and that'll bring up Gunnar Rainey. Now batting the catcher, number 10, Gunnar Rainey.
Rainey, the MIAA champ, or the MIAA position player of the year, I should say. Looking for another MIAA championship to add to that resume.
Yeah, he comes in batting .445. Another hefty average for the senior catcher for the Bulldogs. He takes a big swing and misses.
Yeah, you weren't kidding. That was a gigantic swing. He was trying to make this one 2-0 early, as I'm sure the Bulldogs want to get this done in 2 games, let alone, or in 1 game compared to 2.
Well, yes, and the other thing about it is we've seen time and time again in this tournament how an early lead usually leads to victory, and many times leads to a victory in which you outscore your opponents by a hefty margin. Here's a fly ball to center field, and Bean will catch that one. It's Blake Bean in center field for the Hornets. So after the leadoff double, the Bulldogs have 2 straight outs, and Thomas Miller is still standing at second base. Now batting the designated hitter, number 9, Kevin Cardeni.
Yeah, Cardeni steps into the batter's box with 2 outs. My name's Jay Hanna. I'm sitting next to Mike Prang and Dave Van Giesen, who you also hear on public address announcing today, as the Bulldogs looking to advance to that best of 3 championship series next week. As the first pitch is a little high for Cardenti, the designated hitter, who's also having a tremendous season.
And Jay, kind of an interesting alignment for the Hornets. They are playing Cardenti to hit the opposite field right now. They're swung over on the right field side of the bases, and they're having Miller being held on it by the shortstop Chosid. And this creates a big hole on the pull side for Cardenti to maybe slap one through. 2 balls, no strikes to him as Brockhouse steps off the mound. He gets back on now, takes the sign, comes to the set, and delivers. Here it comes. Down low for a ball. It's 3-0 to the number 4 hitter in Coach Craig Rennie's lineup, Kevin Cardenti.
Yeah, and this is somebody that obviously you can pitch around a little bit. This heart of the Bulldog order, all batting, right around 400 or above. Just any one swing of the bat can change the trajectory of this game.
Yes, you kind of have to pick your poison with this middle of the Bulldog lineup. Again, you got Rainey batting 445, Cardenti well over 400. Joe Casal after him. So this is the time for the Bulldogs to maybe score some runs. There's a curveball for strike 2. And Brockhouse has battled all the way back to make the count full with 2 outs here in the top of the first inning.
Competitor out there, Brockhouse, especially coming off not even a full day's rest. We saw this a couple years ago in one of the regionals. I believe it was the Central Regional.
There goes the runner, a bouncing ball to Chosid. He gloves it, throws to first, and he's in time. Nice pick there by the first baseman to get Cardenti. So the Bulldogs threaten but do not score here in the first inning. They get no runs on 1 hit. There were no Hornet errors, and 1 was left on base. After a half inning, it's Adrian nothing and Kalamazoo coming to bat.
In its 2021 edition of America's Best Colleges, U.S. News & World Report has once again ranked Adrian College as a top regional college in the Midwest. The institution was named to the Best Regional Colleges Midwest section for the 7th consecutive year, and once again listed number 2 in the Most Innovative Schools category. In addition to these honors, Adrian College was also named to the Best Undergraduate Teaching and Best Value College lists. Adrian College has been established as a distinctive and innovative educational leader in the United States. The institution places priority on a culture of innovation and critical thinking. This is the 12th consecutive year Adrian College has been featured by U.S. News & World Report. You can see the full list of rankings and find more information on their website. For more information about Adrian College, visit adrian.edu.
Welcome back to Nicolay Field as the Adrian College Bulldogs taking on the Kalamazoo Hornets in the Pool A championship game. Possible 1 of 2 if Kalamazoo is able to get the victory, as the Bulldogs have not lost a game here so far in the MIAA tournament. They send Gage Ricker out to the mound.
And Gage comes in here with a very impressive 0.79 ERA. He's 5-0 in 6 appearances for the Bulldogs. This is his third start of the season. He struck out 18 and walked only 4. So he gets the nod here in this first of the possible 2 championship games. Leading off for Kalamazoo in the bottom of the first is center fielder number 23, Blake Bean.
Yeah, in the 22 2/3 innings pitch for Rickard, opponent hitters are just hitting 152 against him so far this season.
Well, he's going to have to face the top hitter in this Kalamazoo lineup right off the bat, as Blake Bean has went on a savage tear here at Nicolay Field over the last couple of weeks as he fouls one off to make it 1-1.
Yeah, we were lucky enough to see Kalamazoo and Adrian play that doubleheader. Was that last weekend that took place, I believe?
Mm-hmm.
All the days are starting to blend together a little bit. But they, that one's going to be a check swing, and they're going to say he didn't go, so it's going to be 2 balls and a strike to Bean. But the Bulldogs kind of took care of business, but Bean, kind of showed his strides there, and he's been continuing it on here at the MIAA tournament.
Well, the key in the doubleheaders was, as Bean fouls another one off to make it 2-2, key was Bean was having a good time hitting here, but the Bulldogs were able to kind of limit all the rest of his teammates. So you could kind of pitch around his doubles and singles and extra base hits as he fouls another one off, making the count remain at 2-2.
Yeah, he's definitely going to make Ricker work for that first out of the ball game.
Blake Bean yesterday in the first game, the 18-4 win over Olivet, he was 2 for 5, 3 RBIs, a walk, and 4 runs scored. So that one skied to left field. Brandon Cooper's under it to make the catch. In the second game versus Alma, he was 2 for 4 with 3 runs scored and a walk. So he scored 7 times yesterday for Kalamazoo.
Not a bad day at the office.
But Ricker's able to get him early.
Now batting third baseman number 14, Chase Kauselman. So there's Kauselman to bat. He takes a strike on the outside corner. Is Ricker going to work here? Again, this is something that the Bulldogs pitching staff has excelled at this season, is getting that first strike. And then he can work it a little more as he goes around the plate on that curveball. There's one right back at him, and he spears it. And that is an excessively quick out.
Yeah, we're going to take a quick look at the ACTV replay before, as you announce next batter on that one.
Now batting the first baseman number 18, Spencer Baldwin.
Yeah, with the quick work on the mound from Ricker, as he gave the pitch and the ball just kind of came straight right back at him, and a nice snag on the mound as first pitch to the next at bat, stepping into the batter's box is Baldwin, but it's a called strike as he drives one to deep center field. Peck's got to go way back for that one, but he'll make the catch at the warning track, and that'll be out number 3. So with that, no hits for Kalamazoo. They go 3 up, 3 down. We're done with 1 inning of play as we're tied 0-0 in this Pod A championship game. Go ahead and take a timeout. You'll be right back here on ACTV.
Adrian College's 2020-2021 enrollment has set a new record at 1,865 students. The incoming freshman class of 602 new students helped set the new record. This is the 13th consecutive year the Bulldogs have had an incoming class of more than 500 freshmen. Nearly 6,000 high school seniors applied to attend Adrian College this fall. Why do so many students choose Adrian? Adrian is constantly expanding majors offered to incoming freshmen. If you're a high schooler or know someone who is looking at taking their education to the next level, AC could be the answer. To see the programs Adrian offers, learn more about the process, schedule a visit, and even apply today, visit adrian.edu/admissions. adrian.edu/admissions. We look forward to seeing you on campus.
Press box on both the first and third base sides. First base for the ladies and the third base side for the gentlemen. Leading off for the Bulldogs in the top half of the second inning is first baseman number 17, Joe Casal.
Well, as you just heard it, Joe Casal stepping into the batter's box, the first baseman. The Bulldogs with that leadoff double unable to do anything with it in the top half of the first, so they have the lone hit of the ball game thus far. First pitch is going to be up high to Casal, another big hitter in the middle of the Bulldog lineup. So the lefty on the mound, Brockhouse, after throwing over 100 pitches yesterday, says he wanted the ball again today, as that one swung on and missed. And they're putting faith in the junior that is their ace.
One of the points I was making earlier when he was on the mound was we saw this in a regional back in 2019 where Aurora University threw a starting pitcher on Friday. He threw a 9-inning shutout. And then they ended up losing on later Friday. They made their way all the way through the loser's bracket. They got back to the regional final, and he went on Sunday and threw another 9-inning shutout.
Well, as the ground out goes to Karim and over to first base for the ground out. That's out number 1. I was waiting for Goose to make a Cy Young reference or something about pitch count.
Now batting the left fielder number 21, Brandon Cooper. Well, I don't know about that, but I will tell you his senior year, Tommy Parsons came out and threw a 9-inning shutout against Kalamazoo. And then there was a rain out, so the Hornets came back on Monday. So on just 2 days rest. And then the first game, Tommy threw 94 pitches. And the second day, game, he came out after 2 days rest and threw 79 pitches and beat the Hornets for his second time with another shutout. So it's been done on both sides, and again, the situation is critical here in this championship game. 1-2 to Brandon Cooper. He's the Bulldog left fielder. He's going to try and get something going here in the second inning.
Bless you, Mike. As that one's going to be down low for a ball. It counts 2-2 now. And the one thing, though, you mentioned, the short rest, but this is like 15 hours rest based on what the late game that they had last night. But the one thing that Kalamazoo has done so well in this tournament so far is their bats have just been electric. It seems like, especially against Alma in that game last night.
Yeah, after 10 hours of announcing, I don't know if I got enough rest for this one, but that pitch is a little bit wide. Make it 3-2 to Cooper.
Yeah, I'm sure Brockhouse wasn't thrilled with that call. That one was right near that outside corner. Sets up a big full count pitch here early in this one. As the lefty delivers, and it's going to be hit into right field. Way up there. In right is Hecht, and he'll pull it in for out number 2.
Now batting the right fielder, number 16, Tristan Richardson.
And, Goose, talking a little bit about yesterday's action, the Bulldogs' bats really were quiet yesterday as well up until late in the game, and I guess really game 1 as well of the tournament for the Bulldogs.
First pitch is high to Richardson.
That was against Alma, I believe.
Mm-hmm. You say the Bulldog offense has, to their normal standards, been kind of struggling this weekend, even though they've won 2 games. It took them, they finally pulled away from Olivet in the first game, so I guess they weren't struggling too much, scoring 13 runs. But early in the contest, Olivet was hanging in there as a big swing and a miss by Richardson. And yesterday, again, it was a 1-1 ball game pretty much throughout to the 8th inning when the Bulldogs scratched a couple across and pulled that one out. There's a strike on the outside corner. Bulldogs seem to be taking a lot of pitches here. And again, I think part of that is they want to try to push Brockhouse, knowing that he pitched those 100 pitches yesterday. Swing and a miss, and Richardson strikes out to end the inning. So the Bulldogs go 1-2-3 in their half of the second, and we'll be back with the bottom of the second as we pause for this. Our score, Adrian 0 and Kalamazoo 0.
The Adrian College Media Production House provides opportunities for students to learn and grow live on the airwaves, just like Matt Kibbe.
I've gotten a chance to create a relationship with coaches and teams and learn more from people instead of trying to teach myself something. Gotten an opportunity to expand my knowledge of sports, hone in on my skills as a broadcaster, and learn about equipment in different ways. You get more of a connection with professors as well. Providing opportunities, growing leadership. The Adrian College Media Production House. Thanks for tuning in. Adrian College is looking for leaders, student athletes with the tenacity to keep the Bulldogs at the top, the forefront, in and out of the classroom. The Bulldogs are looking for talent, character, hard work, grit, leaders who can electrify sold-out crowds, got out a last-line shift, will their team to victory, hit a grand slam in the bottom of the 9th, and be a part of a legend in the making. Think you have what it takes to become a Bulldog? Visit adrian.edu to learn more.
Leading off for Kalamazoo in the bottom of the second is catcher number 9, Harrison Pozak.
Well, as you just heard, Pozak steps into the batter's box for Kalamazoo.
Goose, you were talking about the struggling hitting so far this weekend this week, I should say, for the Bulldogs. That's just the game of baseball for you, though. It doesn't matter what your record is. Anyone can beat anybody on a given day. That one's hit over to O'Keefe at third, fires the long throw across the diamond. He'll get the out, number 1.
Now batting the designated hitter, number 12, Austin Duff.
But as I was saying last week, we saw the number 3 ranked team in the nation, Salisbury. They took a game 23 innings, which is a record, against a team that was 0-13 and ended up losing that game. The number 3 ranked team in the nation lost that game at 23 innings to allow another team their first win of the season, and that's just baseball.
And you want to talk about pitch counts and stuff. 23 innings will screw up your week. As that one's hit to center field, Peck with his speed gets under it easy and makes the out there. So 5 up, or I should say
5 up. 5 up, 5 down.
Yeah, I'm mixing myself.
Now batting the right fielder, number 22, Noah Hecht. And ladies and gentlemen, I have been pronouncing Noah's name as Hechty all weekend, and I've been informed that it is indeed Hecht. But I swear to you, the pronunciation guy says Hecht-T.
Two syllables.
So that's where my confusion lied.
We apologize to the Hecht family, which I hear is watching today.
So,
yeah, we don't consider ourselves professionals, but we will accept when we've been doing things wrong. I apologize to Amani Kareem as well, as I already mixed up his name once today.
There's a pop-up from Hecht, and it's out and going to be caught by Tristan Richardson. I think, yes, it is. As the ball popped out as he tried to throw it back in, but the out has been recorded, and the Hornets are out in the second. So Kalamazoo goes 1-2-3 in their half of the second, and we'll be back for third inning action after we pause for this message. You're watching on the Adrian College Sports Network.
Bulldog fans, connect with Adrian College TV on social media to be updated when we're broadcasting live, to see highlights, plays of the week, and much more. Adrian College Television is on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. ACTV's handle is at Adrian College TV on every form of social media. Thank you for tuning in and subscribing to the home of the Bulldogs, Adrian College TV.
Attention please, now pitching for Kalamazoo is number 8, Parker Savosky. Savosky in place of Jack Brockhouse.
As you just heard it, Brockhouse, we were talking a little bit about that pitch count. His day is done. He did his job. 1 hit, 2 innings, 2 strikeouts, and no runs on the board for the Bulldogs.
Well, that doesn't really help the pitch count, though, as we get ready to announce the first batter here. Now batting the third baseman, number 12, Sean O'Keefe. I don't know exactly how many pitches Savosky threw yesterday, but I do know he appeared in both games. So
I have that for you. In his start over Olivet, he went 5 innings. He threw 58 pitches, 43 of them were strikes. Then against Alma, he came in relief through another inning, which consisted of 21 pitches, 16 of them strikes. So guy just comes out and throws strikes.
Yeah, I noticed that yesterday. He's a good, strong lefty, just kind of throws it where it needs to be. And like you mentioned, he got the win yesterday. And he 50 pitches, a little bit less than 109, though, that's for sure. So he's got a little juice left in the tank, I think.
He's trying to set some kind of appearance record in the MIAA tournament for pitchers here, by trying to pitch every game. Here's the pitch on the inside corner for a strike. That runs the count on Sean O'Keefe to 1-2. Bulldogs trying to get on the board first here in the third inning. So far, there's just been the 1 hit in the game by Thomas Miller for either team, as O'Keefe fouls one back into the padding here behind home plate.
Now, if we go to that if game, I wouldn't be surprised if we saw Brockhouse again.
Well,
or at least an inning or 2.
One thing I do enjoy about the if game, it is not a mini game like the hockey teams sometimes get involved in. There's a base hit for O'Keefe. And so he is aboard with nobody out, and that'll bring up Ty Peck. Now batting the center fielder, number 6, Ty Peck.
So Peck steps into the batter's box. He is the last hitter in the Bulldog lineup. And would not be shocked to see a bunt attempt or something here with his speed and the runner on first base. No runs on the board.
Yeah, like you said, his speed, he leads the Bulldogs with 13 stolen bases on the year. Next person is Joe Casal with 6. But Peck coming in hitting .304 so far this season. 35 hits, 34 runs scored. 6 of his hits are doubles, 3 triples, and a homer.
And just to clear up what I was talking about there, for those of you that don't understand what I mean by a mini game, here's the bunt by Peck. He gets it down. The third baseman throws it to Amani. Oh, they're going to try and go all the way to third because nobody's there, and the Bulldogs get a 2-base bunt sacrifice out of Ty Peck. So Bulldogs taking advantage of possibly a coverage miscue there. Now batting the shortstop, number 4, Thomas Miller.
And that's just knowing baseball. Sean O'Keefe probably had it in his head to keep an eye out there, and I'm sure he's watching his third base coach as well while rounding second base. And now the Bulldogs really, and that was a perfect sacrifice bunt as well. That was just like old school baseball from the Bulldogs and Coach Rainey.
Well, he knew he had Kozelman leaving to field the ball, so he figured if he could beat the shortstop, he could make it, as there's a strike to Miller on the outside corner. And since he saw nobody at third base, it was easy just to move on over there. Kalamazoo pulling the infield in and right to start. And Miller waiting on the 1-strike pitch inside for a ball. And again, to try and finish my hockey story, in the NCAA, if there's a playoff series, it's the first team to get 4 points. And if the first 2 games end up tied, you go immediately to a 20-minute winner-take-all game, as it were. Here's a pitch to Miller. He dumps it into right field. We're going to have a play at the plate. Here comes the throw, and he is safe.
What a slide as the Bulldogs execute a sacrifice bunt and a sacrifice fly flawlessly here in the top half of the third to go up 1-0.
That throw was just a tiny bit offline and towards the third base side, and that allowed O'Keefe to slide in there and get his hand in before the tag could be applied. Now batting the second baseman, number 11, Brady Wood.
You know, I got to give credit to Brady Wood on that play there. He was the on-deck hitter, but your job as the on-deck hitter is you need to be in a lane where the runner can see you, and you're telling him, is he up, is he down, which direction to slide to? And he was saying, you got to get down and slide to the outside to avoid the catcher, and that's exactly what he did. He slid to the outside, and he was able to get around the catcher and sneak his hand back in there.
Wood has skied one to right center field, and moving over for it from his right field position is Noah Hecht, and he makes the grab, and that will end the inning. But the Bulldogs strike first. They get a run on 1 hit, and at the end of 2.5 innings of play, our score is Adrian 1 and Kalamazoo 0. We'll be back with the bottom of the third after we pause for this. First 2 games end up tied. You go immediately to a 20-minute winner-take-all game, as it were. Here's a pitch to Miller. He dumps it into right field. We're going to have a play at the plate. Here comes the throw, and he is safe.
What a slide.
Bulldog fans, connect with Adrian College TV on social media to be updated when we're broadcasting live, to see highlights, plays of the week, and much more. Adrian College Television is on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. ACTV's handle is @AdrianCollegeTV on every form of social media. Thank you for tuning in and subscribing to the home of the Bulldogs, Adrian College TV.
Adrian College is a pinpoint like no other. With our 77 undergraduate degrees, 47 majors, and 21 broad fields of study, Adrian has a one-of-a-kind, hands-on learning experience for everyone. Do you want to visit the campus of Adrian College in person? Visit adrian.edu/campus-visit. Again, that's adrian.edu/campus-visit. Come take in the beautiful facilities at Adrian College for yourself.
Welcome back to Adrian College Baseball here on ACTV as they host Kalamazoo in the Pool Pod A championship game. First pitch is going to be a called strike as Amani Kareem steps into the batter's box. As he swings and misses there. The Bulldogs now up 1-0 here.
Kareem, a speedster. He can truly run and gets a lot of infield hits. So he's trying to get Kalamazoo going here, but he quickly falls down 0-2. Now it's 1-2. And the Bulldogs got that early run last inning on a sacrifice fly. And again, playing big into that was the fact that on the bunt by Peck, third base was left uncovered. So the sacrifice got him not only to second, but all the way to third. And Sean O'Keefe. And so he was at third when Miller hit the fly ball and could just make it home in time. 3-2 now to Kareem here at the plate. Here comes the pitch from Ricker. He fouls it off. Ball tips off the glove of Gunnar Rainey. Back to the screen. So we'll do the 3-2 pitch again here.
And Wood pumped out to center to end that inning, right?
Right center.
Right. Who caught it? The right fielder?
The right fielder, yeah.
Okay, there we go.
And a swing and a miss. And Kareem is the first strikeout victim of the day for Richter. And we'll now see the left fielder, Trevor Hunsaker. Now batting the left fielder, number 10, Trevor Hunsaker.
Very colorful game today with the uniform choices of both teams. Kalamazoo rocking the orange tops with gray pants, black socks. Bulldogs with their white hats, gold jerseys, and white pants.
There's a curveball in on Hunsaker, so it's now 1-1. Hunsaker batting .234 coming into today's game. And yes, it appears to be an Orange Friday for the Kalamazoo Hornets. Ball down low. There's Orange Friday, a big staple of San Francisco Giants baseball. That's the only day they wear their orange.
I'm a big fan of the Sunday White Sox jerseys, bringing back the 83s.
There's a liner going to be caught by Wood. Now batting the shortstop, number 6, Ben Chosit. Yes, Mike, your White Sox have had some interesting uniform combinations throughout the years.
You tell me you don't like the softball jerseys with
I
the
didn't
shorts?
say that. I actually like the softball jerseys with the shorts, but I was always also impressed with the fact that when they wore those, they had, a collared shirt, much like a golfer, to wear for a jersey.
Yeah, we don't need to talk about the other Chicago team.
The lovable losers? Is that who you're talking about?
No. 0-2. 2 outs now.
Change the topic, why don't you?
As Chosid steps into the batter's box. Cubs are hanging around 500 or so, pretty much all year. That's probably about where they'll end up. They might have a better record than the White Sox at this point. I don't know what the White Sox record is.
The Sox are the best team in the AL.
The Red Sox are the best team in the AL, I'm pretty sure.
Well, I do know that the Cubbies are going to be in Detroit this weekend to try and break up the Tigers, who are on a big winning streak. The Tigers hated to see the Kansas City Royals leave. The Royals now 11 in a row, and there's a bounding ball that Wood had to try to play with his bare hand and couldn't quite come up with it. So that's going to be the first hit for Kalamazoo.
Now, Wood had a play on that one. It went off the glove of Ricker, and Wood tried to barehand it and get it quickly with the speed of Chosid, but unable to grab it.
Now batting center fielder number 23, Blake Bean.
You are correct. The White Sox did pass the Red Sox. And the Indians and Red Sox are both a game. And the A's are one game behind the White Sox.
And I saw something, the run differential in all of the MLB. The White Sox lead by like 20-plus runs.
There's a strike from Ricker.
Yeah, Bean flew out to left field his first time up. We mentioned he had a pretty good last week or two here at Nicolay Field.
Bean hits a liner to Cooper in left. That almost bounced over his head, but Coop doing a good job to leap up there and keep it in front of him. So all of a sudden with 2 out, Kalamazoo with a bit of a rally here. And we'll see Chase Kozelman come up here now for K. Now batting the third baseman, number 14, Chase Kozelman.
Yeah, Kozelman had that line drive right back at Ricker in the first inning, or else he would have had a base hit earlier in this game too.
There's a fly ball to Cooper. He's got this one measured and makes the catch, and the Bulldogs are out of the inning. So for Kalamazoo, they get no runs on 2 hits. There were no errors. 2 were left on base. And at the end of 3 complete innings of play, our score, the Bulldogs 1 and the Hornets nothing. We'll be back on Adrian College Sports Network after this message.
If there was one word I was going to use to describe the communication arts program at Adrian College, it would be unique. Students find themselves on the radio, in front of and behind the camera, and directing their own programs. Students learn in a personalized environment that sets them up for a world of opportunities. Are you ready for your moment in the limelight? Learn more about the Rush Communications Center and Adrian College's communications program by visiting adrian.edu today.
I'm Matt Kibbe, the current student body president here at Adrian College. I chose AC because the campus simply feels like home. Everywhere I go, I know the amenities are there to help me succeed and get to the next level in my career. If you want to see what Adrian College has to offer, you can schedule an in-person visit at adrian.edu/campus-visit.
We head into the top of the 4th with the Bulldogs on top 1-0 over Kalamazoo here in the Pod A Championship of the MIAA tournament.
Now batting the left fielder the catcher number 10, Gunnar Rainey. Went back in time there for a minute. The days when Gunnar was the starting left fielder for the Bulldogs.
First pitch to Rainey. It's going to be watched as it goes into the dirt for a ball, or the turf, I should say, as Parker Savosky still on the mound. And with the kind of pitcher by committee move that the Hornets are going by today. As that one's going to be up a little high. 2 balls, no strikes. My name's Jay Hanna. I'm sitting here with Mike Prang, Dave Van Giesen, as we are right here at Nicolay Field. The Bulldogs win today. They head into the championship series next Wednesday and Thursday here at Nicolay Field. If they are to win, they would host. They play the winner of Hope and Albion.
Here's the pitch on the outside corner, but misses wide, so it's 3-1. He's trying to nip that corner, pitching very carefully to Gunnar Rainey, and rightfully so. Here comes the 3-1 delivery, and this one is on the corner for a strike, and the count is now full to the Bulldogs senior catcher. Sitting on deck is Kevin Cardeni. He'll be followed by Joe Casal and hopefully Brandon Cooper.
Yeah, Rainey flew out to center his first time up. This one's
bouncing ball to Kareem. He gloves it, throws to first, and there is 1 away.
So Rainey 2 up. 2 times he's been out so far, as that'll bring up Kevin Cardenti.
Now batting the designated hitter, number 9, Kevin Cardenti. Cardenti bounced to short his first time. He came in batting .459. And right now the Bulldogs just want to get some base runners, do what they did in the 3rd inning when they were able to push a run across. They got the leadoff hitter on and bunted him all the way to 3rd, and then he scored on a sacrifice fly. Gonna peck away at a lead. There's a drive by Cardeni. This is going to drive the outfielder way back. He's not going to get it. It's off the Bianco sign out there in the left field, and Cardenti pulls in with a double.
Yeah, big time drive to left field, just out of the outstretched arms of Hunsanger. And just like that, standing at second base in scoring position is Cardeni with 1 out.
Now batting first baseman number 17, Joe Casal.
Casal's a good guy to have up in this situation. Coming into today's game, batting .390, 39 hits out of 100 at-bats evenly. 4 doubles, a triple, and a home run with 19 RBIs.
Again, I can't get over how Kalamazoo seems to be always shading the opposite field side of the field right now. They are letting the shortstop, Chosid, hold the runners on when they get to second base. And right now you've got Kareem standing out in the outfield area at second base. So here's the pitch to Casal. He kind of pops it up. That's straight over the press box for strike one.
I would love to see if we had we get some sabermetrics here and kind of pull up that grid like they do in the pro games about where everybody hits. You know, that'd be nice.
I'll work on it for next week.
Sounds good.
I do like those. That one, it's going foul out down the first baseline, and Goose, the Bulldogs' bats seem to be coming alive early, but it would not. We kind of mentioned it earlier in the broadcast. They've been waiting until the late innings to put all the runs on the scoreboard in this tournament so far.
Well, I'll tell you another thing, too, that I'm noticing because we finally have a decent day for baseball where it's a little warm. That ball is moving a lot better. There's a base hit by Casal. Coming around third. They're going to hold the runner up, and the Bulldogs will have runners at first and third as Cardeni had to kind of wait to make sure that wasn't caught. And so Casal comes through, and the Bulldogs now have a bona fide threat going, and this will bring up Brandon Cooper. Now batting the left fielder, number 21, Brandon Cooper.
Yeah, Cooper has a good opportunity here with just one out. He flew out to right field last time. A fly out to right field this time would score Cardenti from third base. That's how the Bulldogs got their one run, was a sac fly to right field.
Now, Cooper came in batting 309 or 308, but it's 5 home runs. But here's a bunt down the first base line that rolls foul. The Bulldogs a little bit of a safety squeeze on that time.
Yeah, I was wondering when I heard them yelling at Cooper to look over for the sign. I kind of thought the bunt might be coming, especially with the second base open and runner on first and third there. It's a good opportunity for that squeeze.
Well, that's also a good opportunity to run what we used to call a face and take, where you kind of square around, get the infielders moving, and then steal second. And if they throw, then maybe pull off a double steal. So a lot of options when you got runners at first and third and just the one out. Here's another bunt attempt by Cooper, and that one's foul. So he's quickly down in the hole, 0-2.
Yeah, Cooper a little frustrated on that one. He didn't get all of the ball, and that kind of takes bunting off the table there with 2 strikes.
Well, again, as I was about to mention, the thing about Cooper is he has those 5 home runs, so hopefully maybe the best playing baseball, the 3-run homer, can rear its ugly head for the Bulldogs. And the other thing I was talking about, that we have a nice day. I noticed that ball is flying off bats a lot better than it has most of the fall, because you're no longer hitting that cold bat, but and the ball seems to be liking the additional heat as well. Here's the pitch down low, and a nice stop there by Posat to keep Cardeni at third.
Yeah, and you can see the flags out in right center field out there. They're blowing out just a bit, pretty light wind, but you do have that wind blowing out just a little bit for home run day today.
And that has been kind of the surprise of this tournament as far as the weather is concerned, that we really haven't had a lot of wind. There's a drive. That's way back. It's driving into the wall, and there it is off the wall. That's going to get Cardeni home. Here comes Casal. He's rounding third. He's going to go. Cooper into third base, and he almost got that 3-run homer, but a triple will do just fine for the Bulldogs. They now lead 3-0. And again, Jay, there's that power that we know Cooper possesses. And he has staked the Bulldogs to a 3-0 advantage. Now batting the right fielder, number 16, Tristan Richardson.
Yeah, and still just one out as well. So Kalamazoo in a bit of a jam here, down 3-0 and a runner on third base.
And again, You know, it's hits like that as Kalamazoo brings their infield in and Richardson fouls off the first pitch. That's what I mean. I'm not sure that the Bulldogs are traditionally a opposite field type hitting ball club. They do it on occasion, but you know, I'd be playing them more to pull. That pitch is a little bit wide, making it 1-1. But the Bulldogs early in this contest are testing Mr. Hunsanger out there in left field. There's a drive, just foul. Richardson got good wood on that one.
Yes, he did, and just a little bit out ahead of that one. And you mentioned how they're kind of playing defensively with the runner on second normally, how the shortstop was shading towards second. Well, there's a big gap there between first and second for the lefty today, right now.
Well, right now they're all pulled in, so that really raises your batting average about 50 points if you can just smack one hard and get it by the infielders. 2-2 the count to Richardson now.
Yeah, Richardson's first time out, he struck out swinging, so I'm sure he's going to be aggressive with 2 strikes.
Richardson's another one of the Bulldogs that throughout his career has shown kind of sneaky power, so hopefully he'll get a hold of one here. Pitch outside for a ball, and it's now 3-2.
I kind of like that from Richardson. He kind of just gave a little like hand motion, like that's outside, and maybe thought that it was gonna persuade the umpire a little bit.
That one was pretty close too. You know, with Savosky being a lefty, it could have crossed the plate, but I think where the catcher was set up more inside, and he had to move his glove to the outer half of the plate to catch that ball, kind of deceived the umpire and called that a ball, as we just saw Richardson get hit by a pitch there, putting runners at the corners.
Now batting third baseman number 12, Sean O'Keefe. Reminds me of one of my dad's favorite phrases. Whenever the other team's pitcher would be complaining to the umpire that a pitch was a strike, he would often yell out, "When it's a strike, we'll let you know." Just like Bradley Cooper did. So
O'Keefe comes up to bat. He had the lone hit, or no, he had one of the first 2 hits for the Bulldogs heading into this inning. He also scored a run in the third on that sac fly from Thomas Miller.
He had the alert base running move to go all the way from first to third on that bunt, and now he tries to bunt himself, and this one rolls down the first baseline foul.
Yeah, they're really trying to get in that 4th run there from Cooper. And like you mentioned, if they can get that runner into scoring position over at second as well with the sacrifice, it'd be a pretty good play from O'Keefe.
Well, I think another thing, too, is Coach Rainey's trying to get this running small ball as part of the Bulldogs game here in hopes of moving on to the championship series next week and then maybe a regional after that. You get in these tight games with these better teams, and a lot of times that can be the difference. So I don't want to say we're practicing it, but we're trying to make it part of our game right now. Okay, Savosky, here we got a big bunt coverage, everybody coming in, and that pitch is wide.
Yeah, that was a kind of obviously you saw Savosky reaching into his back pocket to look at his play card, setting up that defensive strategy, really being aggressive to prevent that runner from scoring from third. And good thing that O'Keefe wasn't swinging there.
Well, and one of the things I saw there with the third baseman charging in, the shortstop went and covered second. So they're really trying to get that out at home, and they're relying on it that nobody's at third, that Richardson could possibly do take that 2 bases like O'Keefe did earlier on a sac bunt.
Well, I got to tell you, if they're going to charge in like that, I'm all for turning Sean O'Keefe loose a little bit here. That's something that's always fascinated me about softball. Savosky waits, not so much of a charge this time. Strike on the outside corner, but you know, in softball they will bring that third baseman and first baseman in to basically shake hands with the batter. And I just believe if that kind of thing is going to happen, you have to swing and you have to drive it past them. Because, like I say, that's improving the batter's batting average by about 200 points because now all they have to do is hit a ground ball anywhere and they're going to be on.
Well, and as a defender, I'm sure you're not necessarily wanting to do that. They take a swing there and you're 10 feet away. It's a little bit scarier.
I guarantee you don't want that to happen. And the reason I know this is the first game I ever coached in softball at Harper Creek, we had that situation, and batting was Abby Sikora. And Bulldog fans will maybe remember that name, as Abby was a star volleyball player here at Adrian. But as he came in, there's a drive. This could get a run home as Hunsanger fades back, and Cooper now will take off, and he will walk on in, and another run. Nice piece of hitting by O'Keefe to get a sacrifice fly and get another run home. Now batting the center fielder, number 6, Taya Peck. But anyway, Abby was up there. They moved their third baseman in, and she hit a screaming line drive past that girl into the corner and left. And that girl looked at her coach and said, "I'm not doing this again." And you could tell that he says, they're going to play like this. There's a pitch and a strike on the outside corner to Ty Peck.
Yeah, that's like playing slow pitch softball in like a beer league and playing third base on the hot corner as everyone's just winding up to hit as hard as they can at you.
Or pitching.
Or pitching, yes. I don't pitch.
I do. It can get scary sometimes.
Fly out to center field is going to end the inning from Peck as the Bulldogs go on top 4-0 over the Kalamazoo Hornets. We'll head into the bottom half of the inning. After this, you're watching Adrian College TV's coverage of the MIAA Conference Tournament.
College has dozens of athletics programs, and winning is a staple on our campus. We have the culture of winning in and out of the classroom. This is a place where young men and women grow into professionals for life. Are you interested in learning more about the Bulldog experience? Visit adrianbulldogs.com and the Recruit Me tab to be recruited to play your sport of choice today. If you have what it takes, you could be a Bulldog in no time. Are you looking to continue your athletic career while also pursuing your educational career? Adrian College houses dozens of varsity and club programs right here on campus, along with 77 undergraduate degrees and 47 majors. Are you interested in learning more about the Bulldog experience? Visit adrianbulldogs.com and the Recruit Me tab to be recruited to play your sport of choice today. If you have what it takes, you could be a Bulldog in no time.
Welcome back to Nicolay Field as the Bulldogs take a 4-0 lead over the Kalamazoo Hornets here in the possible final game of the Pool A version of the MIAA Conference Tournament.
Leading off for Kalamazoo in the bottom of the fourth is first baseman number 18, Spencer Baldwin.
Jay Hanna here sitting next to Mike Prang and Dave Van Giesen as Gunnar Ricker quietly pitching a
Gunnar Ricker.
Gage Ricker. I combined Gunnar Rainey and they're both GRs, you know. Gage Ricker quietly putting together a nice game. 1 strikeout, but just 2 hits allowed so far through 3 innings.
First pitch was outside to the batter Baldwin. He's the 3-hitter in Coach Mike Ott's lineup. He takes a strike.
Yeah, and Baldwin's first time up, he flew out to Ty Peck into center field.
That was a pretty deep ball that he hit. He drove Ty all the way back to the fence, but Ty was able to glove it for the out. 2 balls and a strike now to Baldwin.
Yeah, following Baldwin, as this one's going to be popped up into shallow right field. Richardson stands under it and will make the catch for out number 1. As I was mentioning, that'll bring up Harrison Posat next for the Hornets.
Now batting the catcher number 9, Harrison Posat.
Yeah, Richardson looked like he was struggling to fight the sun a bit as he was kind of leaning down to get a little bit more behind his glove. Luckily, he was able to come up with that catch cleanly.
And what he's doing is he's trying to get to the side of the ball so that he could get kind of a side view of it and kind of block the sun out there. Veteran move by the Bulldog senior right fielder. Here's a bounding ball to Wood, and that will retire Posat. And quickly the Bulldogs have 2 away in the inning. Now batting the designated hitter, number 12, Austin Duff.
Duff, another victim of a Ty Peck fly out in the second inning. Designated hitter, the lefty, steps into the batter's box. Again, facing Gage Ricker, who's given up 2 hits so far, as this one's driven in deep right field. Richardson right there, and it's just going to be a hard line out as the Bulldogs maintain their 4-0 lead. We'll head into the top half of the 5th. You're watching the MIAA tournament right here on Adrian College TV.
In its 2021 edition of America's Best Colleges, U.S. News and World Report has once again ranked Adrian College as a top regional college in the Midwest. The institution was named to the Best Regional Colleges Midwest section for the 7th consecutive year, and once again listed number 2 in the Most Innovative Schools category. In addition to these honors, Adrian College was also named to the Best Undergraduate Teaching and Best Value College lists. Adrian College has been established as a distinctive and innovative educational leader in the United States. The institution places priority on a culture of innovation and critical thinking. This is the 12th consecutive year Adrian College has been featured by U.S. News and World Report. You can see the full list of rankings and find more information on their website. For more information about Adrian College, visit adrian.edu.
Welcome back to Adrian College TV's coverage of the MIAA Conference Tournament. Right now, the Adrian College Bulldogs on top 4-0 over Kalamazoo. We have a new pitcher for the Hornets as Dave Van Giesen introduces him.
Ladies and gentlemen, your attention please. Now pitching for Kalamazoo is number 35, Thomas Sylvester. Sylvester in place of Parker Savosky.
So Savosky's day is done. He threw 2 innings as well, just like Brockhouse did. We may see that kind of frequent throughout this contest against the Bulldogs.
Well, Thomas Sylvester, I'm not sure if he pitched in the opening game against Alma, but this would be his first appearance here at Nicolay Field. So he at least has a little rust going for him.
All right, so I had Parker Savosky for 2 innings pitched, 4 hits, and 4 earned runs given up. No strikeouts, 1 hit by pitch, I believe.
Leading off for the Bulldogs in the top half, the top half of the 5th inning is shortstop number 4, Thomas Miller.
Miller's last time up, we had that fun play on the sac fly, as it was Sean O'Keefe making the great slide head first into home plate to get the Bulldogs' first run.
Hecty made a great throw for Kalamazoo as Miller fouls off the first pitch to make that play close, but it was just a little bit up the third base side of the line, and that allowed O'Keefe an opportunity to kind of slide around Posat at the plate and make it.
As that one's going to be in for strike 2, and Gary Wagenschutz, the home plate umpire, was actually in perfect position to make that call as well based on how O'Keefe slid in. You can see he kind of got that arm almost like a swim move around the catcher's mitt.
Well, Posat kind of thought he had him, but what really happened is he had a kind of a swipe tag, and by the time he actually completed that tag, O'Keefe was already over the base with his hands. So that was a first run for the Bulldogs. They added 3 in the 4th, and now they're looking for more here in the top half of the 5th inning. Remember, the Bulldogs are the visiting team in this game. A 2-2 count here on Miller. And here's the delivery from Sylvester, and he catches the corner for strike 3, and Miller is out for excessive window shopping in the top of the 5th. Now batting second baseman number 11, Brady Wood.
I have to share some news that I just got, totally off topic of baseball, but women's wrestling with a very impressive team GPA. They lead all NCAA women's wrestling programs with a total team GPA of 3.743. That's very impressive. That's the definition of student athlete.
What was that cumulative there, Mike?
3.743.
That was better than I finished here at Adrian College by myself.
Yeah, I told Coach Cliff Couchard he's lucky that I was not on his team because we would have gone to first to probably out of the top 10.
Yeah, no, that's very impressive. And I know those coaches take a lot of pride in things like that. And I'm sure Mr. Mike Duffy does as well.
Well, Wood has ran the count to 3-0 here. So they're being particularly careful with the Bulldogs second baseman so far. Let's see if they can come back here. There's a pitch right down the middle for strike one.
Yeah, Wood so far is 0 for 2 with a strikeout and a fly out to right field.
Here's the pitch and a swing and a miss by Wood.
Yeah, Sylvester trying to start off with 2 strikeouts in his first 2 hitters faced. As we said, Brockhouse saw 2 innings, and Sylvester saw 2 innings. Or not Sylvester, I should say. Savosky saw 2 innings as that pitch is wide and will send Wood to first base.
Wood gets the free pass, and that'll bring up Gunnar Rainey. Now batting the catcher, number 10, Gunnar Rainey. Getting back to that wrestling GPA I'm famed for on afternoons in which the boys or gals get a little rambunctious out there on the ice and we get multitudinal penalties as there's a strike to Gunnar. Looking at the young person keeping score over there, writing down all those penalties, I look at him and say, this is more reading than I did when I went to Adrian College. Which ain't quite true, but I like to let him.
Probably close enough. With 7 hockey teams on campus.
The thing about it is back in my day, you couldn't learn anything on Zoom or the internet or any of that. So I think we had to do a little bit more reading of ancient materials like books and magazines.
So you're taking 21 credit hours of hockey every year in person.
Exactly. I've now been doing it for 6 years, so I'm working on the doctorate. Here's the pitch down, low for a ball, and a stolen base for Wood, so he's now in scoring position.
I think it was officially a strike.
Okay.
So it was a called strike, which moves the count to 1 and 2, but it's still good aggressive steal there from Wood.
I didn't see the strike signal from Mr. Wagon Shoots there before I had to look at second base to see if Brady was going to make it.
I got to give third base coach Aaron Klotz a lot of credit. This week he's really done a nice job of picking stolen bases at the right time to give the runner on first a call, as he's kind of picked up, what's a curveball count here, kind of what's the consistencies, what's the patterns of the Kalamazoo pitchers, and we saw that against Alma and Olivet as well. It seems like a lot of our stolen bases have come on off-speed pitches.
Here's the pitch. Rainey fouls it away.
Yeah, Rainey, he's had a few hits this week, but he's just been a little bit off in the Bulldogs lineup in their 2 contests so far. I don't know if you can find the stats later on. There's 2 games there, Mr. Sports Information Director. And it could just be way off. It just feels like we haven't seen that spark that he normally brings, and as he hits one up the middle that'll score a run for the Adrian College offense. So right on cue, Gunnar Rainey, the MIAA Position Player of the Year, delivers with an RBI single to center field.
Yeah, that one almost took Sylvester's head off right there. He had a classic chuck and duck right there for the Bulldogs, picking up their 5th run. Now batting the designated hitter, number 9, Kevin Cardeni. And Mike, getting back to what you were talking about the stolen bases, that is entirely true. You can get guys to steal bases who are not particularly fast runners if you can get them to be good base runners and understand the keys to the pitchers and send them on the right count. And that's what's always so frustrating about being a third base coach when the pitcher's setting you down 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3 is you never can really get it, start anything from that third base coaching box if you can't get that first runner on, as we get a check swing. And they say Cardeni did not go, so it's 2-0 to the Bulldogs' designated hitter. He has grounded to short on his first at bat and hit a massive double off the Bianco sign out there in left field. And here's the pitch for a strike. So he's 1 for 2 on the afternoon.
Going back to talking about Gunnar Rainey, he's had 4 hits so far this tournament. Coming into today, he's had, was it 2 today already? Or at least that one right there. But he was 3 for 4 in the first game against Olivet, 1 for 3 in that second game. But, yeah, only 1 RBI.
There's a drive to Hunsanger. He comes in. Did he trap it? Did he catch it? They say he caught it.
Very nice play.
A nice play there.
So that'll be out number 2 on the fly out.
Now batting the first baseman, number 17, Joe Casal.
That's what it was. I was not at the Olivet game. That's what it was. I was basing that all off of one game.
That's right. But, yeah, I could see what you mean kind of by that spark, because he's usually the guy that's driving in a lot of the runs, hitting in that 3-hole. But, you know, he's only driven in 1, now 2 so far this tournament.
Here's the pitch to Casal. It's in for a strike on the outside corner. And just want to mention that was a fine catch by Hunsanger, but I got a feeling in the major leagues that everybody would have been running to their monitor in the dugout to see the replay of that. So
yeah, it was very close. He had to go a long way to make that play. And I think Hunsanger was probably just thrilled he didn't have to run backwards for that one. There's been a couple that have gone off those signs out there, and he's had to run a lot in left field today.
I got to give our home plate umpire, Gary Wagenschutz, a little bit of credit. He is giving a little bit off the plate on the outside corner, but he has been consistent throughout the game, and that's one of the things. You know, each umpire has their own zone, their own strike zone. Some are big, some are small, but when you get an umpire that's consistent and will call it for all 9 innings, you can't complain about balls and strikes at all, regardless if it's outside or inside, as long as it's called the same way in the first inning that it's called in the 9th.
Here's the pitch. There's a pop-up on the infield. Kareem standing under it, and he lost it. It's going to hit the ground. It's going to score a run. Here comes Gunnar Rainey. He was going all the way, and this is going to be a 3-base hit. I think Kareem kind of lost that in the sun, and that will turn out to be a triple for Casal.
So because it did not hit a mitt, it is considered a triple?
Yeah, because it's a factor that he couldn't control. He can't control the sun. He just lost it. Nobody else called him off.
Now batting the left fielder, number 21, Brandon Cooper.
Give Casal an RBI.
Yeah, that was one where, first of all, that was a very tough ball. We talked in the beginning of the broadcast about how there is hardly any clouds in the sky as Cooper fouls off the opening pitch. So that provides a very high sky. The first baseman was kind of totally fooled by that ball going up behind him, so he was not a lot of help. And, you know, here's another one. They're going to get another chance. This time, Spencer Baldwin got a little bit more of a beat on it, so he'll catch the ball, and that will end the inning. But the Bulldogs get 2, and they now lead 6-0 as we move to the bottom half of the 5th inning. We'll be back with more here on the Adrian College Sports Network as we pause for this.
Adrian College's 2020-2021 enrollment has set a new record at 1,865 students. The incoming freshman class of 602 new students helped set the new record. This is the 13th consecutive year the Bulldogs have had an incoming class of more than 500 freshmen. Nearly 6,000 high school seniors applied to attend Adrian College this fall. Why do so many students choose Adrian? Adrian is constantly expanding majors offered to incoming freshmen. If you're a high schooler or know someone who is looking at taking their education to the next level, AC could be the answer. To see the programs Adrian offers, learn more about the process, schedule a visit, and even apply today, visit adrian.edu/admissions. adrian.edu/admissions. We look forward to seeing you on campus.
Welcome back to Nicolay Field as the Adrian College Bulldogs lead Kalamazoo 6-0 here in the possible final game of Pool A in the MIAA Conference Tournament.
Leading off for Kalamazoo in the bottom of the fifth inning is the right fielder, number 22, Noah Hecht.
So Hecht steps into the batter's box with the Hornets down 6-0. Hecht, in his first at bat, flew out to right field.
Here's the pitch from Ricker. They try the bunt. O'Keefe is going to let it roll foul, and it does so. So once again, Sean O'Keefe, knowing the angles of the pool table that is Nicolay Field, and lets it roll foul because he had no chance to get Hecht if he has to field that one.
Yeah, that was smart, because when you realize you're not going to make a play, you might as well give it the shot to let it go foul.
Kalamazoo trying to do anything to get a leadoff man on here as they trail by 6 here in the fifth inning. There's a drive to center field coming in on it is Peck. He's not going to get it, and he'll glove it. So Kalamazoo does have that leadoff runner on. Now batting second baseman number 1, Amani Kareem. So Kareem, definitely a threat to bunt. But the question becomes, can Kalamazoo afford at this point in the game to play for just one run? Here's the pitch. No sign of bunting from Kareem.
Yeah, we saw him get a nice bunt single yesterday, if I remember correctly.
And again, down 6-0. You just hate giving away an out. There's a fly ball to left, or has left the ballpark. That's what I meant to say.
Left the ballpark on the right side, right?
Yeah, that it has.
Yeah, Kareem struck out swinging his first time up to bat in the third inning.
Here comes the pitch. Strike 2 on the outside corner. That's what Mike Prang was talking about. The outside corner has been called consistently a strike like that. I'd like to see that, Mike. You know, in college baseball, everyone's got these aluminum bats. I think that's a big advantage for the hitter, and then it gives the pitcher a bit of a chance as this one goes way wide for a 2-2 count.
I like that pitch there, though, from Ricker. He threw the slider pitch before, just caught the outside corner for a called strike. He went and doubled up on it, but this one a little bit more outside, tried to get Kareem chasing. So he throws that pitch outside again, gets Kareem to swing at it, but fouls it off.
Yeah, and we're, you know, in the fifth inning now, and Ricker barely over 40 pitches. So he's making a lot with not a lot of pitches here, making a lot of outs.
Yeah. Get back to that outside corner, too. You know, people talk about the length of baseball games. Well, that's one way to make the game a little shorter, because you call those strikes. There's a bounding ball. It's filled by Casal. He gets one. He throws the second, but can't get the second. So that effectively is a bunt as the unassisted out by Casal at first base. You start calling, you know, that outside pitch is strike, and people start swinging, and balls are put in play, and the game just is much faster. Now batting the left fielder, number 10, Trevor Hunsanger.
On that play there, Casal, you know, he normally plays right field. He's played first base a little bit this year just to keep his bat in the lineup, and then also have Tristan Richardson get a left-handed bat in the lineup. But, you know, on that situation, yeah, the ball took you over to first, so you got to step on first. So now you got to tag the runner at second. As a first baseman, you need to come off that bag quickly and either take a step behind the bag or in front of the bag to create a throwing lane to second. He didn't do that, so he had to avoid the runner, and that's why that throw was taken Brady Wood off the base, allowing Heck to be safe at second.
It's kind of similar to a strikeout that's dropped by a catcher, and the catcher has to step towards the side to make the throw to first base as the runner takes off for first. Counts now 0-2. Hunsanger is the man at the plate. He lined out to second base his first time up, back in the third.
One of the things I'm just noticing right now, everybody in the infield for the Bulldogs was named all MIAA.
So a called third strike gets Hunsanger. Now batting the shortstop, number 6, Ben Chosit.
I was just going to say Hunsanger did not like that one. That one was right near that outside corner, and, with 2 strikes, sometimes the umpire is going to ring you up on that pitch.
Again, just like Mike said, he's been calling that a strike all day. So at this point, if you let that one go by, you're just what you call slow to catch on. You got to be swinging to that pitch. There's a strike right down Broadway. As Richter going right after Chosit, as well he might, knowing that Blake Bean is standing in the on-deck circle.
Richter had 53 pitches so far today, 39 of them strikes.
I'm sure Ricker would much rather face Mr. Bean to start the 6th inning. Here's the pitch. There's a liner down the right field line that is just foul.
Yeah, that was close.
Joseph a little bit behind on that one.
There is another game going on in the MIAA. It's the Pod B final over at Hope College. Hope is leading Albion 7-3 in the top of the 4th. Albion with a very exciting day yesterday. They trailed in the first elimination game 6-0. They came back and won 9-6 in 11 innings. And then the second game, the kind of the loser's bracket final, I guess you could call it, against Calvin. They trailed 6-0 there, and they came back and they beat Calvin 8-6 after scoring 7 runs in the 8th inning on 3 Calvin errors. Calvin finished with 6 errors in that game.
Yeah, so if all the scores hold up, there will be just one game in each pool today, and Adrian will host Hope in a 3-game series here at Nicolay Field beginning next Wednesday. The 1-2 pitch coming in. He's really trying to find that outside corner. The last one was just a little outside, and this one was a little bit further outside, as Ricker looking for back-to-back strikeouts to end the 5th.
Well, again, what he's doing is by now everybody should know about that outside corner, so he's trying to get Chosid to chase one that is definitely not in the strike zone. And Chosid, good bat control there. There's a grounder to O'Keefe. His throw across the diamond, and the inning is over. So the Bulldogs get out of the 5th inning unscathed. There were no runs on 1 hit. There were no errors. 1 runner left on base for Kalamazoo. And at the end of 5 complete, it's Bulldogs 6 and Kalamazoo nothing. We'll be back here on the Adrian College Sports Network after we pause for this message.
The Adrian College Media Production House provides opportunities for students to learn and grow live on the airwaves, just like Matt Kibbe.
I've gotten a chance to create a relationship with coaches and teams and learn more from people instead of trying to teach myself something. Got an opportunity to expand my knowledge of sports, hone in on my skills as a broadcaster, and learn about equipment in different ways. You get more of a connection with professors as well. Providing opportunities, growing leadership. The Adrian College Media Production House. Thanks for tuning in. Adrian College is looking for leaders, student athletes with the tenacity to keep the Bulldogs at the top, the forefront, in and out of the classroom. The Bulldogs are looking for talent, character, hard work, grit, leaders who can electrify sold-out crowds, got out a last-line shift, will their team to victory, hit a grand slam in the bottom of the 9th, and be a part of a legend in the making. Think you have what it takes to become a Bulldog? Visit adrian.edu to learn more.
Welcome back to Adrian College TV's coverage of the MIAA Conference Tournament as Kalamazoo hosting, or not technically hosting, the home team here as Adrian College, the 1 seed as the road team. I'll let you finish that thought now, Dave, about the chiropractor.
Well, you're just telling you after yesterday that we're all feeling a little sore from sitting on these chairs at Nicolay Field, and I went to the chiropractor the other day, and he says, Dave, you seem really tight today. He goes, have you done anything? I go, well, I'm not really sure if it's from announcing or playing golf, but you're right. I am feeling a little rickety. Now batting the right fielder, number 16, Tristan Richardson.
Well, Dave, at 28 years old, I feel pretty good, so I can't complain too much, but just trying to get in a little bit better shape.
Well, I'll tell you when you know that you're really getting old is when you notice that you're injuring yourself sleeping. That's, you get up and, man, you got all these creaks in your joints, and that's the way it goes. But you got to keep on punching, Apollo.
That's
Tristan
right.
Richardson, 2 strikes on him now to lead off the top of the 6th. Bulldogs with a 6-0 lead. They're trying to increase that one.
See, I feel that soreness every once in a while, but I think that's because I got to support the big belly in front of me, put a little stress on my back. So there you go, Brent Greenwood. He was joking after we were roasting him yesterday. He got a few texts from some family, and he sent them back, and he said, wow, the guy that says I got the beer belly, you should look at him.
There's a drive by Richardson. That one is way back, and it is gone. A home run. That is bye-bye, baby, for the senior Tristan Richardson. He goes deep onto the hill in center field, and it's now 7-0. Tristan got all of that ball, and it's now a 7-run lead for Adrian.
Yeah, that one was a no-doubter to center field. As the Bulldogs go on top 7-0. That was Richardson's first hit of the day.
Now batting the third baseman, number 12, Sean O'Keefe. Umpire asking Coach Rainey for some more baseballs because Tristan has apparently lost the last baseball we had. So here comes Sean O'Keefe. Sean O'Keefe had a good productive day at the plate. He's got a single and a sacrifice fly in his 2 at-bats. He takes a strike, or strike 1. I tell you, that is a hefty blow to center field, but we've seen a lot of batters reach that. Again, I think that's another product of not having a gale force wind like we have most of the season here at Nicolay Field, and the fact that it's a little warmer today, so the ball's jumping a little bit more.
I was starting to get a little, as that ball kept carrying, I was starting to get a little more concerned for my camera on top of the hill out there.
Yeah, that's Richardson's 3rd home run of the year.
Here's the 1-2 pitch down low to Sean O'Keefe, and the count will run to 2-2. Again, the Bulldogs have kind of put on a hitting display. There's a drive by O'Keefe. That's going to chase Hunsinger back, but he's going to catch this one. So definitely a well-hit ball, but that is going to be the first out of the inning for the Bulldogs. And it's going to bring up Ty Peck. Now batting the center fielder, number 6, Ty Peck.
Yeah, and wonder if Kalamazoo's going to keep with the strategy of just 2 innings per pitcher, as Sylvester's still out on the mound after this is his 2nd inning of work.
And again, Sylvester's the only one we have seen from Kalamazoo that didn't pitch yesterday, so maybe he might try to extend his outing a little bit. Because again, Kalamazoo now not only has to come back from a 7-run deficit, but then they'd have to win a 2nd game, so you got to save at least somebody for game number 2. Ty Peck with a big cut there.
Yeah, Peck's 0 for 1. He had the sacrifice bunt in the 3rd, and he flew out to center field. As that one's going to be a base hit. Yes, just drops over top of Kareem's head, and a shallow right center field. And Peck on with 1 out.
Now batting for the Bulldogs, the shortstop, number 4, Thomas Miller.
Well, the Bulldogs' bats definitely didn't stay kind of in the dugout until later in this one. They've kind of put it on early, as 7 runs now. But they scored a lot of runs against Kalamazoo when Kalamazoo was here for the final regular season matchup between the teams as well.
There's a pitch just a little high to Miller to start the batting sequence.
Yeah, Miller, he struck out looking his last time up. Has a sac fly and an RBI and also a double. So kind of done a little bit of everything today.
Yeah, as well as playing a stalwart defensive shortstop for the Bulldogs, as he has all season. Here's a strike, and Peck swipes second base. The Bulldogs once again running.
Yeah, Peck, there's never a sure thing of a stolen base, but Peck's pretty close when he takes off there.
Well, again, Bulldogs picking the right pitch to go on. And it was a relatively easy steal for Peck. Here's the delivery from Sylvester, fouled back to the screen by Miller.
So the count's 1-2 with 1 out. Jay Hanna, Mike Prang, Dave Van Giesen sitting here in the booth at NCAA Field. The Bulldogs now 12 outs away from moving on to the MIAA Finals, where all likelihood it's looking they may play Hope right here at NCAA Field.
I wonder after the Super Series if we can complete that regular season game.
Yeah. Was that the 6th inning that it stopped in?
It's the top of the 4th. And since we were playing those 7-inning games, with the Bulldogs winning that game, they only needed to get 3 outs through the top of the 4th to consider that a complete game. But the rain shut us off before we started the 4th. So it never went as a complete game. It went as suspended, and since we never got back to it, the game was just erased.
Well, as I recall, we threw like 2 pitches in the 4th inning, and the pitcher fell down on the mound, and that was it.
That was it. This
yeah,
artificial mound.
We're not going to do that. So
this artificial mound can get a little slick, and as soon as you see one person take a tumble, who knows what could happen the next pitch or a few later, and that tumble could get a lot worse. So the umpire's doing their job protecting or focusing on the safety of the players.
I don't think we've really seen that this year, but here's the pitch wide, and that's a 3-2 count now to Miller. But in past years when we've had rain delays, like in the, when we've hosted regionals in here, after the rain subsides, the Adrian College coaching staff all comes out with leaf blowers and dries the mound out.
The full count delivery coming from Sylvester. Peck's at second. It's going to be fouled off again by Miller, and Miller struck out looking his last time up, so I'm sure he doesn't want to have to go back to the dugout having that happen again. Coaches aren't always thrilled with the looking strikeouts.
That reminds me also of old Riverfront Stadium in Cincinnati, where if they had a rain delay, they would land a couple helicopters out in the outfield and just let them whirl around as there's ball 4 to Miller and dry things out that way so that they could get games in. Now batting second baseman number 11, Brady Wood.
Got to have helicopters at your disposal for that.
Yeah. I think traditionally they kind of patrol the Ohio River down there, so they're usually flying right around the ballpark because the ballpark sits right down there by the river, as does Great American Ballpark now. And Riverfront, I remember, when it first opened, had like an incredible streak of not having games rained out there. So I think that was part of the system. That I don't know if they were Cincinnati police helicopters or where they got them from, but they would dry out the stadium in no time.
So Kalamazoo meeting on the mound with Sylvester. It looks like his day is going to be done. And when we come back, we'll introduce you to the next Hornet on the mound. We'll go ahead and take a 60-second timeout right here on ACTV.
Bulldog fans, connect with Adrian College TV on social media to be updated when we're broadcasting live, to see highlights, plays of the week, and much more. Adrian College Television is on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. ACTV's handle is at Adrian College TV on every form of social media. Thank you for tuning in and subscribing to the home of the Bulldogs, Adrian College TV.
To Alex Bowden in place of Thomas Sylvester.
Welcome back to ACTV. We take a look at the break board here. Adrian College now leading Kalamazoo 7-0 here in the top of the sixth. There's one out as Alex Bowden steps onto the mound, another lefty for Kalamazoo. 9 hits now for the Adrian College offense. Those 7 runs, we can kind of sum them up for you as he's getting warmed up on the mound. A single, Sean O'Keefe, led to a sac bunt from Ty Peck, and then eventually a sac fly RBI from Thomas Miller. The Bulldogs scored 3 in the 4th and 2 in the 5th, followed by a Tristan Richardson home run as well, giving the Bulldogs that 7-0 lead.
Yeah, that 3-run 4th inning was courtesy of a 2 RBI triple from Brandon Cooper, which was followed up by a Sean O'Keefe sac fly. And then Gunnar Rainey in that 5th inning with a RBI single and a Joe Casal RBI triple, where Kareem lost that ball in the sun.
Yeah, that was unfortunate. That was a bad break for the Hornets, because that was an inning they could have easily gotten out of a lot quicker. And that easiest triple, or shortest triple that he'll ever hit for sure, as that ball landed just outside of the infield.
Now batting second baseman number 11, Brady Wood.
As Dave beat me to it, Brady Wood stepping into the batter's box. Wood so far today has struck out, flew out to right, and then walked, stole a base, and scored in the 5th.
Yeah, he was chased home in the 5th inning.
Wood facing Alex Bowden, who stepped on the mound for the first time here in the top of the 6th. As I mentioned, the Bulldogs now 12 outs away from advancing to the conference championship against Hope, which is a Super Series best of 3 right here at Nicolay Field. Same thing.
Well, Bowden is a junior left-hander from Flushing, Michigan. And as we see Wood step out there, Bowden has a 5.68 ERA. He's 2-1. He's only had 12 innings of work throughout the season. And something I'm sure he's fairly proud of, he maintains a 1,000 batting average, going 1 for 1 in his only appearance at the plate. So, you know, when those pitchers get a hit like that, they're not going to let you forget it.
That's right. 2 balls, no strikes to Brady Wood, the second baseman for the Bulldogs. He's keeping a very close eye on Ty Peck there at second base, as the last batter that Sylvester faced, Miller, with the full count, Peck was taken off, as that one's going to be fouled straight back, and I think that may have affected the pitch as it went up high. So just kind of being mindful of the speedy center fielder there at second base.
Yeah, 13 stolen bases on the year coming into today's game, and a right-handed hitter up at the plate, so can possibly swipe third, because that right-handed hitter is now in the catcher's way to throw to third, so he's got to take a step to kind of create a throwing lane.
There's a curveball way wide, so the count at the first batter that Bowden has faced is now 3-1. And the Bulldogs, again, 1 out. They have runners at second and first, as Ty Peck is at second and Thomas Miller at first. And here comes the 3-1 pitch to Brady Wood, and that one's high and away, and he will walk down to first base to load the bases for Gunnar Rainey. Now batting the catcher, number 10, Gunnar Rainey. So Bowden finds himself in a rather perilous situation right now with the bases juiced, and Gunnar Rainey, the reigning MIAA Position Player of the Year, standing at home base. Here's the pitch, swung on, fouled away. So it's an early strike to Gunnar.
Yeah, Gunnar Rainey 1 for 3 with a single, a run scored, and an RBI. He's also grounded out to second and flown out to center.
Top of the 6th inning, Bulldogs up 7-0. As the next pitch is well wide of home base.
Yeah, Tristan Richardson led off the inning with the home run to start off here in the 6th, followed by an O'Keefe flyout, and then we've had a single, walk, and a walk right here in the top of the 6th. 1 ball, 1 strike. Here's the delivery. That's going to be just outside as well. 2 balls and a strike. I'm sure Rainey's plenty patient with just 1 out and bases loaded. I think he could live with a walk, up 7-0.
Well, he gets an RBI if he gets a walk, but he's also looking for that pitch to come in that he can knock a bunch of them in. There's a deep fly ball that should get a run in. Coming over for it is Bean. He makes the play. He's going to try and go to third as all the runners tag. Nice play by Brady Wood to recognize the situation and see where the cutoff man was, and he took an extra base. So sacrifice fly for Rainey. That makes it 8-0, and all the runners move up in that situation. Now batting the designated hitter, number 9, Kevin Cardenti.
So Cardenti steps into the batter's box already with a double and a run scored. He's 1 for 3. He's got runners, 2 ducks on the pond at second and third. So he watches a called first strike.
Yep. Bowden pounding the plate with that one. That's what he's got to do. He's, again, he's just got to come on, pound the plate, and have whatever happens happen. There's a pitch on the outside corner, and they give him that one for strike 2.
Yeah, that's the spot that he's been calling. That was right there, and Cardenti down to his final strike.
Yeah, like I say, the Bulldogs have too many good hitters in the lineup to just put people on with free passes, because eventually they're going to get them home. So 2-strike pitch on the way from Bowden. He swings and misses. He struck him out, and that will end the inning. But another productive inning for the Bulldogs. They scored 2 more runs. A pair of hits, and the Bulldogs leave 2. And at the end of 5.5, it's Adrian 8 and Kalamazoo 0.
Bulldog fans, connect with Adrian College TV on social media to be updated when we're broadcasting live, to see highlights, plays of the week, and much more. Adrian College Television is on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. ACTV's handle is at Adrian College TV on every form of social media. Thank you for tuning in and subscribing to the home of the Bulldogs, Adrian College TV.
Adrian College is a pinpoint like no other. With our 77 undergraduate degrees, 47 majors, and 21 broad fields of study, Adrian has a one-of-a-kind, hands-on learning experience for everyone. Do you want to visit the campus of Adrian College in person? Visit adrian.edu/campus-visit. Again, that's adrian.edu/campus-visit. Come take in the beautiful facilities at Adrian College for yourself.
Welcome back to Nicolay Field. Adrian College Bulldogs holding a big lead over top of the Kalamazoo Hornets, the number 1 seed, up 7-0 here in the Pool A finals.
Leading off for Kalamazoo in the the bottom half of the 6th inning is the center fielder number 23, Blake Bean.
So Bean's coming up to bat for Kalamazoo. 1 for 2 on the day with a single. He's got one of the 3 hits for the Hornets. It's Gage Ricker doing his job.
It's fouled away by Bean.
Ricker still at just 57 pitches as we're here in the 6th. That one gets high and tight on Bean for a ball. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Getting the Bulldogs up 7-0, scoring in 4 straight innings. It's going to be low and outside, 2-2. Bean with, like I said, one of the 3 hits. They had 2 hits in the 3rd. So the count now full. And then Hecht also had a hit last inning. Say the score is 8-0 Adrian College. Didn't update my scoreboard.
Strike 3 to Bean. The very hot-hitting Bean, but Ricker has gotten him here in the bottom of the 6th.
Now batting third baseman number 14, Chase Kozelman.
So Kozelman, so far today, 0 for 2. He's lined out to the pitcher and flew out to left field as he watches a called strike. That one's a called strike as well, and that's been part of the reason his pitch count's been so low, Ricker, is a lot of strikes being thrown on the mound.
Ball down low, bounces in on Kozelman. The 0-2 pitch. So Ricker will go after him. Looking for a second strikeout in this inning. Here's the delivery by Ricker. Bouncing ball. This is over the bag and into center field. So a base hit for Kozelman. Now batting the first baseman, number 18, Spencer Baldwin.
Yeah, just 3 strikeouts for Ricker so far. As Baldwin flew out to center and flew out to right in his 2 at-bats so far. That one's hit right back up the middle as well, and Kalamazoo now cooking with a little something. 2 runners on with 1 out.
Now batting the catcher, number 9, Harrison Posat.
Posat with 2 ground outs to third and to second. I'm sure that's what Ricker's hoping to see here as a good double play opportunity to end the inning. Posat steps into the box. Ricker in the stretch takes his sign. Just 1 out here in the bottom half of the 6th. That one's a nice breaking ball, called strike. 0-1.
And the Bulldogs just looking for some outs here. They would give up a run to get another out. And here's the delivery wide. Gunnar Rainey doing a nice job stopping that one. Posat's been retired on a pair of ground outs. He grounded to O'Keefe in the 3rd inning and to Brady Wood in the 4th. Excuse me, he grounded to O'Keefe in the 2nd inning. Here's the pitch on the way outside for ball 2. 2-1.
We're at about an hour 45 minutes of game time so far here at Nicolay Field. Kind of a quick moving game today after a couple of the later games ran a little long yesterday. Three balls and a strike now to Posat. Obviously doesn't want to load the bases here with just one out. There's the delivery, and that's going to be just outside for a ball. And now the bases are juiced for Austin Duff.
Now batting the designated hitter, number 12, Austin Duff.
And I have that as the first walk of the day for Ricker. Just draws a mound visit. And Goose, we were talking a little. He was playing with that outside corner all game long, and that time he couldn't quite find it.
Yeah, he was consistently out in the left-hand batter's box against Posat here, so we'll see how he does against Duff. Duff has consistently hit the ball to right field. He lined to right in the second and flied to right in the fourth. So he's been hitting him in the outfield, but right now a sacrifice fly. Bulldogs would take that, and they can get an out. They're just trying to get out of this and limit the damage so they can get back up to batting. So Duff stands in. He's a left-hand batter. And he's looking to put Kalamazoo on the board here. Here's the pitch inside. Gets away from Gunner, and the runner decides no. Gunner got a piece of that ball, and that kind of slowed it down, which I think encouraged the runner at third base, Causelman, to retreat. Again, down 8 runs, you can't get somebody thrown out at the plate.
No.
So had that been a tying or lead run, I think he might have tried it. Here's the pitch. That's also inside. So quickly it's 2-0 to Duff at the home plate area.
Yeah, Gunnar Rainey kind of gave a little bit of encouragement there to Ricker, settle him down.
And the action in the Bulldog bullpen is starting to heat up a little bit.
Two-0 pitch inside now. Good stop by Rainey.
Well, that's 3 pitches in a row on the inside corner that have missed. So Ricker losing his control a little bit here in the 6th inning. Again, you got to remember these guys are been trained to go just 7 innings with these 7-inning ball games throughout the regular campaign. So we're getting into that time where it's a long outing for pitchers, and he walks in a run, and that is something we did not want to see here. Now batting the right fielder, number 22, Noah Hecht.
So Kalamazoo now on the board, 8-1. Bulldogs lead. As Ricker going to try and bounce back here. So he's kind of put in the exact same spot. About 4 straight pitches there. That would have been on the inside part of the plate if it was a left-handed hitter.
You know, right now, Rick just needs to kind of come right down Broadway here with one. There he gets a strike. To make it 1-1. Yeah, and I think Kalamazoo, again, with their need for base runners and this current bout of wildness are kind of taking a pitch or two here. There's a curveball popped up on the infield, and we'll see if the Bulldogs can catch it, and they can. Gunnar Rainey making the play in foul territory. Of course, if that ball had been in fair territory, the batter would have been automatically out on the infield fly. But that gets one out, leaves the runners at their stations on base, and it'll bring up Amani Kareem. Now batting second baseman number 1, Amani Kareem.
Yeah, Kareem 0 for 2. He struck out and grounded out to first. And that was a big out for Ricker there to get that pop out in foul territory.
Pitches a strike to Kareem.
Could also give him a little bit of confidence here to finish out this inning.
Well, again, it's a matter of the fact he just has to throw strikes with an 8-run lead right now, or it's now down to 7. As Kareem fouls away another pitch to make it 0-2.
Yeah, just 5 hits for Kalamazoo, 2 of them coming in this inning alone.
Kareem has struck out today and hit a hard ground ball right to the bag at first base to Casal, which was almost a double play.
So big at bat for Kareem. Base is still loaded. Swung on and missed. Strike 3. And Ricker gets out of the jam. And the Bulldogs will head to the top of the 7th. Bat up, 7 runs, 8-1. We'll be right back here on ACTV.
If there was one word I was going to use to describe the communication arts program at Adrian College, it would be unique. Students find themselves on the radio, in front of and behind the camera, and directing their own programs. Students learn in a personalized environment that sets them up for a world of opportunities. Are you ready for your moment in the limelight? Learn more about the Rush Communications Center and Adrian College's communications program by visiting adrian.edu today.
I'm Matt Kibbe, the current student body president here at Adrian College. I chose AC because the campus simply feels like home. Everywhere I go, I know the amenities are there to help me succeed and get to the next level in my career. If you want to see what Adrian College has to offer, you can schedule an in-person visit at adrian.edu/campus-visit.
Looking to continue your athletic career while also pursuing your educational career? Adrian College houses dozens of varsity and club programs right here on campus, along with 77 undergraduate degrees and 47 majors. Are you interested in learning more about the Bulldog experience? Visit adrianbulldogs.com and the Recruit Me tab to be recruited to play your sport of choice today. If you have what it takes, you could be a Bulldog in no time.
Yeah, very nice moment there in between innings as Coach Tuttle from Blissfield High School gets honored for having the most wins in Michigan high school athletic history in baseball. The Adrian College team tips their cap to them.
Leading off for the Bulldogs in the top of the 7th is first baseman number 17, Joe Casal. Ball wide for the first pitch to Casal. Bulldogs batting in the 7th. They now lead 8-1. Here's the pitch, and that's going to catch the corner for strike 1.
So Cardenti on the day has that double and a run scored. Casal has a triple and a single.
There's a drive to center field. Bean coming on, and he will make the catch for out number 1. Now batting the left fielder number 21, Brandon Cooper.
So Cooper also with a triple and a run scored. He's 1 for 3.
That was the big hit in this ball game. That scored 2 runs and really kind of busted it open. And here's a drive right at Bean. He's going to have to come in. He won't get that one. That one bounces over his head. He does retrieve it quickly, however, with the bare hand. And so Cooper will have to stay at first. But good to see Brandon Cooper heating up with that bat there. He now has 2 hits in this ball game. Now batting the right fielder, number 16, Tristan Richardson.
And Richardson actually led off last inning with the big home run to center field.
Yes, he gave a souvenir to our bleacher crowd out on the hill. And here's the pitch. There's a big cut again by Richardson. He was looking for another one here. Tristan, of course, was injured for much of the early part of the season. And he's getting a chance to play right field today. There's a swing and a miss by Richardson as they moved Casal to first base. And Richardson has paid dividends with that home run. He also was hit by a pitch in the 3-run fourth inning to keep that inning going. So he is 1 for 2 on the afternoon. And he's got 2 strikes on him now. Runner at first base in Brandon Cooper. We got a timeout called as Bowden spending a little too much time worrying about Mr. Cooper. Tristan don't like it, so he asked for time and was granted it. So we'll do it all again. Bowden comes to the set. He looks to the runner. And he delivers. There goes Cooper, and a drive into the net by Richardson.
So he was rightfully looking over there at Cooper.
Yeah, because Cooper had that base stole, but Richardson, with 2 strikes on him, had to defend the plate. So Cooper will have to try and do it again. And beautiful day here at Nicolay Field. And here's the pitch. Bouncer Tapper to the mound. He will have no chance to get Cooper, so that will advance the runner. And there's now 2 down. Now batting, the third baseman, number 12, Sean O'Keefe.
O'Keefe today, 1 for 2. He's got a single and a run scored. And then he also has the sac fly RBI in the 4th. And then he flew out to left last inning. Cooper at second base. 2 down here. The first pitch is going to be hit foul, straight back. Strike number 1. Kalamazoo already on their 4th pitcher on the day. Brockhouse threw 2 innings. Silvosky threw 2 innings. And Sylvester made it an inning and a third before Bowden came in last inning. No balls and a strike coming to O'Keefe. That one's going to be up and a little outside for a ball. 1 ball, 1 strike. Here in the top half of the 7th, Adrian, the road team, despite being the 1 seed based on tournament rules, everybody gets equal amount of opportunity to host games. 1 ball, 1 strike coming into O'Keefe. That one's going to be just up high. 2 balls and a strike. Nice, as I said, the Bulldogs now 9 outs away from advancing to the conference championship next week. Here's the delivery from Bowden. That one's going to be hit in between first and second for a base hit. Turning the corner is going to be Cooper, and he is going to cross home safely. That's going to be an RBI single for Sean O'Keefe, making it 9-1 Adrian College.
Tell you, O'Keefe is another bat it's good to see kind of heating up here for postseason play. Now batting center fielder number 6, Ty Peck.
Peck singled and scored. Also had a stolen base last inning. And he's got a sacrifice bunt and a fly out to center field today. So he hits the first ball straight at first base. That's going to be a nice, easy play over there for Baldwin. And that's going to do it for the end of the top half of the 7th. The Bulldogs score 1 more. They lead 9-1. Be right back here on ACTV.
In its 2021 edition of America's Best Colleges, U.S. News and World Report has once again ranked Adrian College as a top regional college in the Midwest. The institution was named to the Best Regional Colleges Midwest section for the 7th consecutive year, and once again listed number 2 in the Most Innovative Schools category. In addition to these honors, Adrian College was also named to the Best Undergraduate Teaching and Best Value College lists. Adrian College has been established as a distinctive and innovative educational leader in the United States. The institution places priority on a culture of innovation and critical thinking. This is the 12th consecutive year Adrian College has been featured by U.S. News & World Report. You can see the full list of rankings and find more information on their website. For more information about Adrian College, visit adrian.edu.
And welcome back here to Nicolay Field. The Bulldogs leading 9-1 over top of the Kalamazoo Hornets.
Leading off for Kalamazoo in the bottom of the 7th inning is left fielder number 10, Trevor Hunsanger. First pitch is a strike to Hunsanger. Gage Ricker coming out for the 7th inning for the Bulldogs. Again, he's allowed 5 hits in this ball game and just the 1 run. As pitch number 2 curves around the plate for ball 1. Hunsanger at the plate, swings that bat and drives it right up the middle for a base hit. So Hunsanger gets the leadoff batter on for Kalamazoo. Now batting the shortstop, number 6, Ben Chosid.
Chosid, 1 for 2 on the day with a single and a ground out to third.
Your attention, please. Now pinch running for Kalamazoo at first base is number 33, Lucas Bolton. Bolton in place of Trevor Hunsanger. Yeah, I haven't done anything, but I'll catch you up right here. Hunsanger was a ball, was a strike, a ball, and then a base hit. And he's been replaced by Bolton at first base. So here's the pitch on the inside corner to Chosid. So it's ball 1 to the Kalamazoo shortstop. Here comes to the set, delivers, fouled back off the screen, and it's now 1-1. Bulldogs looking to go 3-0 in this tournament with 1 win each day. They can hang on to this 9-1 lead. There's a fly ball to center field. And Ty Peck will glove that one. And there is 1 out here in the 7th. Peck barely had to move on that one. Now batting the center fielder, number 23, Blake Bean. That brings up Blake Bean, who is 1 for 3 this afternoon.
Yeah, he's got a single in the 3rd. He also struck out looking his last time up.
Here's the pitch inside for a strike. 0-1 to the center fielder from Kalamazoo College. And this one's down low, gets off the knee of Gunnar Rainey, so a wild pitch will move the pinch runner Bolton down to second base. There's another one. This one actually hit Bean. So he will go to first. And that will keep the runner at second base out of the dead ball situation. And that's going to be all for the Bulldog starter, but a great job has he done. Is Gage Ricker going to leave now with a 9-1 lead, and 6 strong innings, 6 1/3 strong innings of pitching here, carrying on the Bulldogs' tradition of great starting pitching in this tournament. And we'll have a new pitcher, so we're going to take a break, and we'll be back to tell you all about it when we return in just a moment.
The Adrian College Media Production House provides opportunities for students to learn and grow live on the airwaves, just like Matt Kibbe.
I've gotten a chance to create a relationship with coaches and teams and learn more from people instead of trying to teach myself something. Got an opportunity to expand my knowledge of sports, hone in on my skills as a broadcaster, learn about equipment in different ways. You get more of a connection with professors as well.
Providing opportunities, growing leadership. The Adrian College Media Production House. Thanks for tuning in. Adrian College is looking for leaders, student athletes with the tenacity to keep the Bulldogs at the top, the forefront, in and out of the classroom. The Bulldogs are looking for talent, character, hard work, grit, leaders who can electrify sold-out crowds, got out a last-line shift, will their team to victory, hit a grand slam in the bottom of the ninth, and be a part of a legend in the making. Think you have what it takes to become a Bulldog? Visit adrian.edu to learn more.
Yeah, we're back here at Nicolay Field, and our new pitcher is going to be Spencer Ford for the Bulldogs. Ford, who's seen relief appearances in the tournament. This is his second appearance in the tournament. Now batting the third baseman, number 14, Chase Kauselman. He'll face the number 2 hitter in the lineup. Spencer, a senior from Howell, Michigan. And he pumps in a strike to start off Kauselman. Kauselman with a hit and 3 trips so far today. And this one right over the plate for strike 2. Bulldogs looking for an out. There's runners at first and second, just one down. Here's the 0-2 delivery from Ford, and it's chopped down to third base, and O'Keefe will grab it and toss it into the Bulldog dugout.
Yeah, the Hornets looking to score for the second straight inning. They got that 1 run last inning after a few walks coming from Ricker. So see if Ford can get him out of a small jam here.
Yeah, Ricker did a great job of getting out of that jam and earned himself at least a start here in the 7th as the pitch is on the way and flied out to center field. Richardson and Peck calling for it. Peck finally takes it, and that will advance the runner from second to third. But again, in the Bulldog situation here with the big lead, they're just looking for outs, and they get a valuable one there. Now batting the first baseman, number 18, Spencer Baldwin. Richardson and Peck kind of having a bit of a communication situation out there. Of course, Richardson has not been the right fielder full time this season. Here's the pitch on to Baldwin is a strike. So he was there in case Peck needed his help. But Ty gloved it, and we now have 2 outs. Here's the 0-1 pitch, smashed into left field, past the diving Sean O'Keefe, and that'll get a run in for Kalamazoo. The run, of course, will be charged to Ricker, and Bean will now move down to second base. Now batting the catcher, number 9, Harrison Pozat.
Pozat 0 for 2. He's got a walk, and he's grounded out to the infield twice.
So Spencer Forbes giving up his first hit. He's faced 2 batters, got one on a fly to center, and now a base hit here. And here's a ball to Posat to start this at bat. Bottom in the 7th, Bulldogs leading 9-2. The Bulldogs have got a run in the 3rd, 3 in the 4th, 2 in the 5th, 2 in the 6th, and 1 in the 7th as Ford pours a strike over the plate to make it 1-1. Kalamazoo with just 1 run each in the 6th and 7th so far. That's how we got to where we're at. Bulldogs have 11 hits on the day. Kalamazoo has 7, and neither team has made an error. Here's the pitch from Ford, swung on, popped foul. Out into the rugby field.
And I know as a Hornet fan, you'd like this game to be a little closer and everything, but just seeing your team come out, no errors for either team, you always appreciate a good, clean game with both teams, trying to play the best and move on to the championship.
Well, again, that's so important, especially in tournaments like this, to not give teams out. And that explains partially why these 2 teams are in the championship round. As the ball is fouled off, so Posat will get to see another delivery from Ford here. 1-2 the count to the catcher from Kalamazoo. Ford delivers and gets him on strike 3 right down Broadway. So a nice job by Spencer Ford coming in and limiting the damage. Kalamazoo does get 1 run on 2 hits. They leave a pair, and at the end of 7 complete innings of play, our score is Adrian College 9 and Kalamazoo College 2. We'll be back for 8th inning action after we pause for this on the Adrian College Sports Network.
Bulldog fans, connect with Adrian College TV on social media to be updated when we're broadcasting live, to see highlights, plays of the week, and much more. Adrian College Television is on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. ACTV's handle is @AdrianCollegeTV on every form of social media. Thank you for tuning in and subscribing to the home of the Bulldogs, Adrian College TV.
Welcome back to the Adrian College Sports Network as AC leads this one 9-2 over top of the Kalamazoo College Hornets. Adrian, the number 1 seed, Kalamazoo, the number 4 seed.
Ladies and gentlemen, your attention please. Now playing in left field for Kalamazoo College is number 4, Ryan Morgan. And now coming into pitch for the Hornets is number 34, Joe Wade. Wade in place of Alex Bowden.
So Bowden ends up going, let's see here, what, an inning and 2 2/3? Is that right, or is it 1 2/3 for Bowden? No,
1 2/3.
1 2/3. I had to do math.
Well, Wade is now on for Kalamazoo, and he's going to have to face Thomas Miller to start off the top of the 8th inning. Now batting the shortstop, number 4, Thomas Miller.
Yeah, like I said last time, Miller doing a little bit of everything. Double, a sac fly, and an RBI. Struck out looking. He walked. So doing what the team needs out of the leadoff hitter today.
You know, the first pitch from Wade is a ball. We saw Wade briefly yesterday. Wade is a freshman right-hander from Ann Arbor Huron, where he played his high school ball. City of Ann Arbor. 1-1 now to Miller.
So the Bulldogs looks ever so close to, is the Hope game final yet? No, not yet. As that one's going to be hit to second. Going to be a nice, easy play out there for Kareem for out number 1.
So Miller is retired. It's about to say Miller, native of Saline, so these two probably have met each other at some point during summer ball or high school ball. Now batting the second baseman, number 11, Brady Wood.
So, update from Pool B, Hope leading Albion 19-5 in that elimination game in the 6th inning, as that one's going to be inside. So, looking very close to being an Adrian Hope final, the 2 host schools, so top 2 seeds, as Hope would come here on Wednesday and Thursday next week. As the next pitch is going to be fouled straight back, making the count 1-1 to Brady Wood, who is 0 for 2 on the day. Struck out swinging, flew out to right, and he walked twice and scored 1 run.
Here's the pitch, strike on the outside corner. Yeah, credit to that Albion team. They've done a great job of coming from a lower seed and making it to the championship round there in Pod B. Here's a bouncing ball to Kozelman. He'll fire it across the diamond, and he'll get Brady Wood.
Very nice play by Kozelman. That was not an easy grounder to field.
So that'll be 2 outs, and it'll bring up catcher Gunnar Rainey, who has a single and a sacrifice fly this afternoon. Now batting the catcher, number 10, Gunnar Rainey. First pitch is a ball outside.
Yeah, sac fly coming there in the 6th when the bases were loaded. Kind of just added some more insurance runs for the Bulldogs.
There's the pitch to Rainey. He fouls it away, make it 1-1. Yeah, that first pitch was wide, and Pozai just kind of waved to it as it went by with nobody on base. So Gunnar Rainey waiting for the 1-1 delivery, and that's a strike on the outside corner. It was not to Gunnar's liking, so he'll wait for another pitch.
I thought the same thing. He did not care for that call. As it's 1-2 with 2 outs here. Joe Wade settling in nicely on the mound for the Hornets.
And here's a high chopper to the first baseman. Wade comes in and throws it over to first base for the out, and the Bulldogs go 1-2-3 in the 8th inning. And so the score remains 9-2, and we'll be back for the bottom of the 8th in just a moment.
Bulldog fans, connect with Adrian College TV on social media to be updated when we're broadcasting live, to see highlights, plays of the week, and much more. Adrian College Television is on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. ACTV's handle is at Adrian College TV on every form of social media. Thank you for tuning in and subscribing to the home of the Bulldogs, Adrian College TV.
Adrian College is a pinpoint like no other. With our 77 undergraduate degrees, 47 majors, and 21 broad fields of study, Adrian has a one-of-a-kind, hands-on learning experience for everyone. Do you want to visit the campus of Adrian College in person? Visit adrian.edu/campus-visit. Again, that's adrian.edu/campus-visit. Come take in the beautiful facilities at Adrian College for yourself.
Look back to Nicolay Field. We're in the bottom of the 8th here at, as I said, Nicolay Field here in Adrian, Michigan. The Bulldogs up 9-2 over top of the Kalamazoo Hornets. Now just 6 outs away from winning their side of the MIAA conference tournament. Both sides split up into pools. Hope hosting the other one. They're cruising their way to, it's looking like a victory over Albion today, and we'll see hope come to Adrian next week.
Leading off for Kalamazoo in the bottom of the 8th inning is designated hitter number 12, Duff.
So Duff steps into the batter's box. He walked, which led to an RBI for him his last time up to bat. He's also flown out to right field twice.
And he'll be facing the relief pitcher, Brandon Schultz, who's come in for the Bulldogs. He is a left-hander, a senior who lives in Jackson, Michigan, went to high school at Grass Lake, so he's a former Warrior. And here's the pitch, and that's a ball just a little high to Duff, and it's now 1-1.
Yeah, he replaces Spencer Ford. He came in relief of Rickard, 2/3 innings, 1 hit, and 1 strikeout for him.
Here's the pitch, fouled away. Schultz enters the game with a 2-0 record. He has an ERA of 2.79. He's worked 9 2/3 innings this year. He has 8 strikeouts to his credit. And he's going to work here in the 8th inning, facing the 5, 6, and 7 hitters in the Kalamazoo lineup. And there's strike 3 on the outside corner. And he sets down his first man in Austin Duff, who goes down looking. Now batting the right fielder, number 22, Noah Hecht.
Hecht on the day, 1 for 3 with a single. He's flown out to right and had that big pop out to Gunnar Rainey 2 innings ago in foul territory.
Bouncing ball to third. O'Keefe gloves it, throws to first, and Casal steps back off the bag, makes the catch, and quickly there are 2 up and 2 down. Now batting the second baseman, number 1, Amani Kareem.
Kareem 0 for 3 with 2 strikeouts. He also grounded out to first. So he's looking for his first hit of the day. No action going on in the Bulldog bullpen right now. They may just be riding Brandon Schultz until the end of this one.
Well, I think definitely the plan is either Schultz will finish or they'll want to go 1 pitcher an inning, so you don't want to warm up too soon because you won't be pitching until the 9th. There's a strike from Brandon. 2 balls, 1 strike now to Kareem, the Hornets second baseman. And there's a bouncer off the plate. Casal should glove that. He'll step on the bag, and just like that, the inning is over. So nothing across for Kalamazoo in the bottom of the 8th. We're going to the 9th. Again, our score is Bulldogs 9 and Hornets 2.
If there was one word I was going to use to describe the communication arts program at Adrian College, it would be unique. Students find themselves on the radio, in front of and behind the camera, and directing their own programs. Students learn in a personalized environment that sets them up for a world of opportunities. Are you ready for your moment in the limelight? Learn more about the Rush Communications Center and Adrian College's communications program by visiting adrian.edu today.
I'm Matt Kibbe, the current student body president here at Adrian College. I chose AC because the campus simply feels like home. Everywhere I go, I know the amenities are there to help me succeed and get to the next level in my career. If you want to see what Adrian College has to offer, you can schedule an in-person visit at adrian.edu/campus-visit.
Kalamazoo is number 47, Adam Dorsowitz in place of Joe Wade.
So as Dave Van Giesen does so well, introduce the newest pitcher, the 6th pitcher of the day for the Kalamazoo Hornets. It is Adam Dorsowitz. And we're also getting a pinch hitter for the Bulldogs. So Nick Rauch will be the pinch hitter for the Adrian College offense going against Dorswitz. After it was Joe Wade throwing 1 inning of work.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, your attention please. Now pinch batting for the Bulldogs is number 14, Nick Rauch. Rauch in place of Kevin Cardeni. So, changes here as Adam Dorshowitz has come on to pitch for Kalamazoo. He replaces Joe Wade, who did a fine job in his 1 inning of work. And batting for the Bulldogs is Nick Rauch. So he's going to take this last at bat in the designated hitter spot. Coach Rainey trying to get a few at bats for, again, some of these guys you're going to need on your bench if they can get to the regional, as they'll be limited to 25 guys in the NCAA tournament play. So Rauch with a 1-1 count. He watches the left-hand offering from Dorsowitz. And that one's outside for ball 2. 2-1.
Yeah, Cardenti finishes his day 1 for 4 with a run scored and a double.
And makes it 3-1 now to the Bulldog pinch hitter.
9-2 Adrian College here on the top of the 9th.
There's a foul ball out into the rugby field.
Yeah, Rauch batting .500 so far this season. He's had 6 at-bats, 3 for 6 with a run score.
He's proved to be a valuable pinch hitter when he's gotten in there. Here's the pitch, 3-2, and it's down low, and he will walk to first base. Now batting the first baseman, number 17, Joe Casal.
Casal's 2 for 4 with a single, a triple, a run scored, and also a fly out to center and a ground out to second.
There's the swing and a pop-up back over the press box. Strike 1 to Casal. It's Casal that did a big pop-up back in the 5th inning that got lost in the sun by the Kalamazoo defense. So got himself a kind of a free extra base hit there.
That's why I said was the shortest triple he'll ever hit.
Yeah, it was somewhat reminiscent of back in the Trine game when the Bulldogs were losing to the Thunder at that very moment, and Ty Peck laid down a bunt, and the third baseman threw it, or I think it was the pitcher that threw it to the first baseman. It got lost in the sun as it was sinking there over Highway 223. First baseman got out of the way, and here's the pitch, a bouncing ball to short. This could be 2-1 relay in time. So Casal bounces into a double play, and we now have 2 quick outs. But the first baseman could not see the ball, so he dived, and that ended up being a double to the pitcher. Now batting the left fielder, number 21, Brendan Cooper. And that keyed a 13-run inning for the Bulldogs. And that was key play in that win over Trine earlier in the season. Here's the pitch to Cooper. It's fouled away.
Just a quick update. Trip Russo warming up in the bullpen right now for Adrian College, as Brandon Schultz has done his job with kind of the setup. I don't know if they'll go to Russo or not. We'll see coming up here with the 7-run lead.
That's a strike in the inside corner to Cooper. I imagine they would, just because I know now with this lead, just pitching everybody 1 inning, get them an inning of work in a competitive situation here is part of the plan. There's a ball that's curved around the corner.
Yeah, that one was a pretty good pitch there to lay off with 2 strikes, but Cooper gets the break. 1 ball, 2 strikes. The delivery coming from Dorswitz. Swung on and missed for strike number 3, and we'll go ahead. Heading to the bottom half of the 9th. Bulldogs with a 7-run lead, looking to close out Pool A with victory. You're watching Adrian College and Kalamazoo here on ACTV.
College has dozens of athletics programs, and winning is a staple on our campus. We have the culture of winning in and out of the classroom. This is a place where young men and women grow into professionals for life. Are you interested in learning more about the Bulldog experience? Visit adrianbulldogs.com and the Recruit Me tab to be recruited to play your sport of choice today. If you have what it takes, you could be a Bulldog in no time. Are you looking to continue your athletic career while also pursuing your educational career? Adrian College houses dozens of varsity and club programs right here on campus, along with 77 undergraduate degrees and 47 majors. Are you interested in learning more about the Bulldog experience? Visit adrianbulldogs.com and the Recruit Me tab to be recruited to play your sport of choice today. If you have what it takes, you could be a Bulldog in no time.
Here we go with Kalamazoo's last stand of the ball game. They need a touchdown here in the 9th inning to tie the ball game. They trail 9-2. So the Bulldogs looking to close it out here.
Yeah, touchdown and an extra point.
Yeah.
Aren't for sure anymore.
That can always be a harrowing situation, especially when you need it to tie.
So Trip Russo on the mound now for Adrian College. Star closer for the Bulldogs. Not necessarily a closing situation here, but like you said, Goose just trying to get him an inning of work here. His first batter that he'll see is Trevor Hunsinger, who is 1 for 3 on the day.
That is not correct, because Hunsinger, you may remember, was pulled for a pinch runner.
That is correct.
His last time, so we're going to see the new left fielder, Ryan Morgan. Now batting the left fielder, number 4, Ryan Morgan.
Good catch.
So Morgan will step up here.
I knew when I didn't write that down that it was going to come back to bite me later on. It's going to be a nice easy ground out to first. Good coverage from Russo, and that'll be out number 1 of 3 needed to finish off Pool A.
Ladies and gentlemen, your attention please. Now pinch batting for Kalamazoo's number 15, Brendan Goslin. Goslin in place of Ben Chosid.
So Brendan Goslin replaces Chosid, who finished 1 for 3 on the day. Could be the final couple at bats for Kalamazoo. Coach trying to get some experience there at the plate, as that one is a called strike from Russo.
Here's the pitch, strike 2 to Mr. Goslin. He's now down 0-2. And swing and a miss. Gunner drops the ball. He'll have to throw it to first base, but that'll be easy enough. And we are 1 out away from advancing to the championship series.
That's going to bring to bat Blake Bean.
Now batting the center fielder, number 23, Blake Bean.
So Bean on the day is 1 for 3. He was hit by a pitch his last time up. He's also got a single, a strikeout, and a fly out to left. And he's also Kalamazoo's last hope here with 2 outs. That one's a little low for a ball.
Here's the pitch. Boundary ball to second base. Wood grabs it, throws, and it is in time. And the Bulldogs have advanced with the win this afternoon. And we'll be back to recap it all after we pause for this message. You're listening to the Adrian College Sports Network.
One word I was going to use to describe the communication arts program at Adrian College, it would be unique. Students find themselves on the radio, in front of and behind the camera, and directing their own programs. Students learn in a personalized environment that sets them up for a world of opportunities. Are you ready for your moment in the limelight? Learn more about the Rush Communications Center and Adrian College's communications program by visiting adrian.edu today.
I'm Matt Kibbe, the current student body president here at Adrian College. I chose AC because the campus simply feels like home. Everywhere I go, I know the amenities are there to help me succeed and get to the next level.
9 and Kalamazoo College 2. Ladies and gentlemen, here is your final line score on today's game. First for the Bulldogs, they had 9 runs on 11 hits. They made no errors and left 6 runners on base. For Kalamazoo, they had 2 runners on 7 hits. They made no errors and left 8 runners on base. The winning pitcher this afternoon for Adrian is Gage Ricker. His record is now 6-0. And the losing pitcher for Kalamazoo is Parker Savosky. His record falls to 5-4. Time of today's game was 2 hours and 36 minutes. With this win, the Bulldogs now advance to the MIAA Championship Series next week. They will host the series. And if you would please follow www.adrianbulldogs.com. We'll have all the information for the days and start times for that championship series. So, ladies and gentlemen, Adrian College and Adrian College Baseball, hope you have enjoyed today's game at Nicolay Field. And we hope you join us for more tournament action next week as the MIAA Championship Series is played here at Adrian College. Well, the Bulldogs did what they had to do. They took care of business on all 3 days. They got superior starting pitching from Michael Swanson, and on the first day and yesterday, Pierce Banks did his usual wonderful job to go to 9-1, and today Gage Ricker was pretty much in command for the first 5 innings to give his Bulldogs time to put 9 runs on the board, and that is a winning recipe for victory, and that's exactly what we got from the Bulldogs today.
Yep, Goose, I think Adrian definitely showed their might throughout this entire game, and they obviously did not want to play a second one today as they rolled the victory, and I'm excited to see this best of 3 next Wednesday right here at Nicolay Field.
So, once again, for the Bulldogs, they had 9 runs on 11 hits. They made no errors. They left 6 runners on base. And for Kalamazoo, they had 2 runs on 7 hits. They made no errors and left 8 men on base. So that's the story here from Nicolay Field. Until next time, this is Dave Van Giesen saying, for the entire crew, saying so long, everyone.
The Adrian College Sports Network wants you to join us in thanking one of our sponsors, the Carlton Lodge of Adrian. The Carlton Lodge offers a comfortable and convenient lodging experience. Carlton has spacious rooms and suites, fit for a peaceful night's sleep. Their amenities include a hot tub and pool, a 24-hour fitness center, a business center, and much more. A huge thanks to Adrian College's choice of lodging for sponsoring Bulldog Athletics.
Good deal. I believe 4 o'clock on Wednesday.